All right, how's everybody doing? This is Cheech from the Cheech and Manny Music Podcast, and we have a great one today. Born to Run, 1975, by the boss, Bruce Springsteen. What's up, Manner? I know you're excited about this one, and I love your
Dude,
you show off your cup. We should have showed it on the Starkweather one.
I think I was like sipping,
Yeah,
to be too macabre, but we were talking about the deaths. But dude, this episode has been, I think, a dream come true because uh such a fan of Springsteen. Love Born to Run,
yeah,
my first rock album. That one of them
right.
that and Bruce Springsteen technically my first rocker that I was exposed to. So,
Really?
and then since then yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, along with the Beatles, which is kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this has been in the making for the longest time. Super excited to talk about what I consider one of the greatest albums of all time.
Oh yeah.
And I love how we started from. It's great how we started with Nebraska, and we're
Yeah.
kind of working ourselves backwards. So I think, and maybe odd to the audience, but it kind of goes along with our other topics and
Yeah.
true crime in a way.
Nebraska worked in with true crime,
Right.
and then that's why I jumped.
And the Springsteen movie, which coming soon, which I can't wait.
That was the two reasons why we didn't go in chronological order like we did with all the other bands. Well, with Dylan we skipped. Did we skip Dylan? I think we did the first five or six or
Yeah.
seven.
Oh, him we did chronologically though. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think we. And I
yeah.
think our masterpiece is Blonde on Blonde episode, which is
Oh yeah.
4 hours of Dylan.
Well,
But
I'm telling you, Desire is really. Check out our new one that's out. Desire. It's really
yeah,
good,
yeah, yeah.
amazing. And
No,
Nebraska, which is out.
yeah, yeah. And so I'm super excited because I consider myself a Springsteenologist,
You are.
where
You're the authority.
I have read books on the man. I'm reading his biography right now. I have watched every documentary you can think of, and his albums. I listened to all of them,
Yeah.
and I love how we start. Like I said, we start with Nebraska, and we're kind of working our way through his iconic discography. Born to Run, I think we're doing right now, right? No, we are doing, and then the next one is The River,
No.
Darkness,
Darkness and the river.
River, and then Born. Okay, so we're gonna okay, good. So we kind of went kind of like that, and now we're going this way.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
go into it. I was even thinking about going backwards and doing
well,
these.
dude, I'm actually excited because we should do that prehistoric Springsteen and
Yeah, I mean,
listen to
when you
uh
talk a little bit about where he was
yeah,
right now before Born to Run,
yeah.
where was Bruce Springsteen? And it's very similar to that Canadian band on when they made Caress of Steel.
It's very similar. That a little known band by the name of Rush,
Yes.
you know,
Sorry, Joe.
and our obligatory Rush reference. Yes, so the Springsteen was in this Caress of Steel moment
Yeah.
where and by the and again maybe we could do an episode on the prehistoric stuff of his background and where he was at. But in the same year, and I forgot the year, I think it was like 1970. Actually, let me pull it up. It was his iconic debut, "Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey." Which, geez, have you listened to that album?
Yeah, I listened to that and the one after that as well.
Yeah. Oh, you have The
East
Wild, the Innocent, and the
Street-
East Street Shuffle,
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
which is my favorite. I think that's his Crest of Steel, where it is so underrated. But again, it's not the Springsteen that one would know, right? It's
Right.
actually more Dylan-esque,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
interesting. And he actually, based on the book, he resented that comparison. Like he didn't like it. But anyway, so yeah, he released two amazing albums in the same year, very different. Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey, and within the same year, or like in time frame, The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. The only problem is that, sadly, like Crest of Steel, they did not sell well. They
yeah.
were critically lauded, and if you listen to them, they're like masterpieces in their own right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, the only thing is that it is quite different from what Springsteen will do on Born to Run in a way.
Right,
Um, but that's so musically, that's where he is. So he releases these amazing albums. He's an up and coming rocker from New Jersey, and sadly, they didn't do well. And the he was at the point where the record label um, was going to drop him,
right.
right? And
Now
he
they're
go
gonna
ahead.
put more money into Billy Joel because they were on the same label.
You know what? That's an interesting thing. CBS, right?
Yeah. No, well, Columbia, I
I'm
believe.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just
I'm
like
thinking about.
like Dylan.
I'm sorry. Yes, and actually, I believe John Hammond was the one that signed him on when he was introduced by Springsteen's manager, Mike Appel. I don't know if you know any of this.
Well, and it's interesting. Me and Joe had a conversation about John Hammond. Did he introduce the band to Dylan? And that,
It could be.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah,
I think so. Yeah. The only thing with Joel is interesting. He also was going through his Caress of Steel moment.
he was too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't think it wasn't that he was struggling. Springsteen was struggling. I
yeah,
mean, he definitely was Wild Billy, living the circus life where
yeah.
and if you read Born to Run, he was poor. He was still hitchhiking.
Wow.
He was still and he figured, all right, I'm gonna do one more album. And listen, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It is what it is. But I'm just gonna give it my all. This is all my, and he sort of like what he does is that he brings this whole vision together.
Mm.
I'm born to run. But again, this is his Caress of Steel because this no, his Caress of Steel moment because he was going through this uncertain time in rock history. Is if he doesn't strike out, it's over. And the way he said it in the book was, "Oh, I'll just go back to New Jersey and become a local hero, and that'll be good enough." Because for me, at the end of the day, it's like about performing, right?
Right.
So that's where he was at.
Interesting.
Hmm.
It's amazing how all these bands got that. Like I always was told from a record executive once that I met, and he said that back in the day, they would give you two chances, and then on the third one, that was it. You got a 3 album deal, and if your third album did bad, you were done. You were dropped.
Hmm.
And it's exactly
Yeah, no, and it makes sense because again, they were operating, uh, I guess, like the music industry model,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Here's what it is: if the artist doesn't give a return, well,
yeah. They
eh,
give you three chances, and it has a lot
yes.
to do with timing. It has a lot to. This album is about timing. Like 1975. That was a great time for music. That's right when things
Yeah.
were starting to take off on the radio. Radio became a big thing in 1975.
And, and Springsteen makes that point in the book where this is the height of the radio DJ.
Yeah,
Where, yeah, I totally agree with you.
and
And
DJs had freedom.
yep, yep,
Like
yep.
now, it wasn't until the 80s or late 80s that the program directors came in and said, you got to play the hits, you got to play this, you can't. I mean, Frankenstein from Edgar Winter was a B-side.
Mm,
Now, if a DJ and wherever didn't decide to play Frankenstein, I think it was a B-side to take a free ride. If they didn't play that, Frankenstein would have just been another weird song. There's a million weird songs on people's albums that you discover. It would have just been a weird song, but it became a radio hit, and it's like progressive and like 8 minutes long. So DJs had a lot to do with breaking bands, just like our friends in Canada. Cleveland broke them. You know what I mean? So like it really DJs I think had a lot to do with these artists.
mm.
Even, as much as a label, as much as a label.
Yeah, no, no, 100%. But I will say with Springsteen, it would have helped his case, but he literally needed to make a record that was going to become a hit,
Yeah,
sadly. And actually, you know what? The reason why there was trouble is because management at Columbia was switching. No longer was there the John Hammonds and the Clive Davis, who also, like Springsteen, signed him on, the famous Clive Davis.
So the Dylan man, like the Dylan people from
Pretty
Columbia,
much, pretty
they were
much.
they were gone.
Yeah, and you're right. Billy Joel was up and coming too, and again, Springsteen was kind of failing. Like
Yeah,
they were advertising him as a new Dylan, which
yeah,
Springsteen didn't like,
right,
and sadly, they were not promoting his second album, which was
right.
fantastic, but they weren't promoting it.
Yeah.
So, and
Now,
it was
what
funny.
just out of curiosity, what album did Billy Joel have in 1975?
I believe it was. I'll tell you right now.
You have it in my list, but I
I
don't.
have in 1975. So actually, he was even though he was up and coming, he was in his Caress of Steel moment
Yeah,
because he released Street Life Serenade, Turnstiles, which are good albums, but they didn't do well.
yeah, yeah,
It wasn't until 1977, so
yeah.
2 years after Springsteen gets his massive hit,
So,
that
in a sense, made it before Billy Joel to the radio.
yep, yep,
So in 1975, Billy Joel was still trying to
yep.
break in. Okay.
But CBS was choosing him. And actually, just one more funny thing too about that is that the CBS people wanted him to record in Nashville, kind of like Dylan, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but Springsteen pretty much said, "Nah, I'm not doing that."
New York on this one. Yeah,
And they said, "All right, we'll finance one more album, but if it fails, we're dropping you." You know.
yeah.
And this starts the story of Born to Run.
Quick
And
question:
yeah,
Blinded by the Light. Which album is that off of?
that's on his debut.
Okay. Was that a hit? That must have been a hit.
No,
No, no,
no.
no. From Manfred Mann.
Okay. So the story with Blind. Okay, so first, greetings by, and hopefully we do a prehistoric episode on Springsteen. But greetings from Asbury Park was kind of the first time Springsteen records actually sold.
Yeah,
And Springsteen said he got really excited because, you know, um, the sales were average, but for him, this is the first time where he was selling like 10,000 records, for example, or like and then the song "Blinded by the Light" is interesting because there were a few songs on the album that could have been considered, hits.
yeah.
Now, not for Springsteen, but for Manfred Mann's Earth Band, it reached number one.
I know it blew up.
So it's phenomenal. If anything, um, and also one more fun fact is that Springsteen wrote "Spirit of the Night" because um, Clive Davis, the famous Clive Davis,
Yeah,
said the album needs another hit. There's not enough hits.
yeah.
And he wrote Spirit in the Night as a
Right,
response. So anyway, for Springsteen, sadly, not really top hits. It sold okay for a debut, and he was
right.
excited. And Manfred Mann took his song Blinded by the Light to number one.
Now, was what year was that when by the Light came out? Was that like 75 or 73?
Is this Manfred Mann?
Yeah.
So Manfred Mann, that was, I'll tell you right now. It was on the song, I think it was much later.
Maybe 77?
Yeah, like much later. And it's funny because most people didn't know. I mean, it's apart from a few, um, Springsteen fans. Yeah, not until 76.
Yeah, because I remember being a kid and having an argument with another kid. I was little. I was like probably 8 or 9, and that song was all over the radio, and we were always singing it in school. And this kid's like, my dad told me it's a Bruce Springsteen song, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's Manfred Band. It's this great group, and they're like, no, it's Bruce Springsteen. I'm like, no, this isn't Bruce Springsteen. It doesn't sound like Bruce Springsteen, dude. And then I remember thinking about that. And then years later on the radio, a DJ gave me that, information. Oh, yeah, Black
Mm,
Man's Earthman, written by the boss. And I'm like, what
mhm.
the fuck? I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah. And the original one is very folky. It's
Yeah.
not as rock. And actually, it's funny. The live version is amazing.
Oh,
So the problem I have with like Greetings is that the song sonically, production wise, sounded weak. It
Yeah.
doesn't, and actually the production steps up on the Wild, the Innocent, and the East Street Shuffle. I don't know if
Right.
you noticed that. So
Yeah.
songs like Blinded by the Light get lost. Manfred Mann pumps it up, and then Springsteen live pumps the song up, and it's amazing. Like,
Yeah. And then once again, there's a comparison to Dylan, you know,
yep, yep,
other,
yep. The rhyming schemes and just,
but no, but I mean, taking hits, taking songs and turning them into huge, huge hits.
oh yeah, yep.
Bruce Springsteen had no hits because the guy had a ton of them. But it's funny. It's a very weird comparison, you know.
Hmm.
You know, um, but yeah. So we'll any more on that before we jump into
No, no, that's like the scene setup, like the
yeah
prehistoric Born to Run.
yeah. So 1975, I was in kindergarten. Pink Floyd, a lot of good albums came out. Queen, Night at the Opera.
Mm.
Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, as we know. Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti, as we know. Great album, Nazareth, Hear the Dog.
Hmm.
Those of you that don't know Nazareth, great band. Another album we know very well, Bob Dylan, Basement Tapes.
Hmm.
Check out our 4-hour episode on that album. Bad Company, Straight Shooter, Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Sabotage, little band from Canada called Rush, Fly By Night, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic, and the great ABBA. In the beginning of disco, I think
Hmm.
they might have started that whole Casey and the Sunshine Band and ABBA were starting to break out. That might have blown up the whole disco scene around that time as well. So there's a lot of shit going on, and a little group called the Sex Pistols is forming
Hmm.
in England. So there's a lot of shit going on in 1975. Um, Born to Run, 1975. Uh, uh, it is an album. Let me see what I write here. Is Bruce's first. Is his third studio album. He had two albums that were commercial failures before that. Would you say they were commercial failures or
Yeah, yep. They were decent for him, but like the first one was okay, and the second one just did really poorly.
right?
Even
Uh,
though it's a great album, but it just did poorly.
Greetings from Asbury Park, 1973. The Wild and the Innocent in the E Street Shuffle, 19 same year, right? 1973. You did
I
two.
told you they were almost in the same year span.
Oh, he needed a new sound, so he started to really listen to other artists. Phil Spector was a big.
Major influence.
He wanted that wall of sound production, uh, and this leads for prolonged sessions with the E Street Band.
Hmm.
1974 and the 75, lasting 6 months. Um, the album is different styles of rock and roll, pop rock, R&B, folk rock. The lyrics were about characters who felt trapped and fantasized about a better life, romantic lyrics, lyrical imagery, of highways and travel. It was in my opinion, his 2112, his last chance to break it on the charts. Um, it was a commercial success, reaching number 13 on the U.S. Billboard. Born to Run and 10th Avenue Freeze, which I love that song, uh,
Yeah,
were,
fantastic.
were the singles. They became huge hits on the radios. And that's where, like, I know Bruce Springsteen. Being a little kid and with my parents driving, whether it was AM radio, I knew those were the songs they're in my DNA as a child. When I hear them, I go back to the back seat of the car. Um,
Hmm.
they became huge hits. He did tours of the USA and Europe for almost 2 years. Critics loved the storytelling and the music. He captured ideals of the generation of the American youth, desires, um, the decade of political turmoil, of war and the issues that followed, the working class. Before the album came out, Columbia was giving, like we said, Billy Joel a lot of attention. Uh, So Bruce really needed to come up with something quick, or this was it. Like you said,
Yeah.
his influence came from Phil Spector, Duane Eddy, Roy Orbison, Elvis Presley, the Beach Boys, and of course Bob Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
He used the studio as an instrument rather than a place to record, the way Phil Spector did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like that concept. Using the studio as an instrument, so you're not hitting play and record. You're using the effects. There's so much in the studio nowadays. Everyone has a studio, right? It's in their freaking
Mm-hmm.
phone. Guys in prison are making rap albums on their phone. That's not a freaking studio. Even in your house, it's not a studio unless you bring in equipment, real good equipment. You know, a real recording studio, you could do so much. You got to have a good engineer though, so you could make magic happen with the equipment. Okay. Was recorded at the record plant in New York City on Columbia Records. Produced by Bruce Springsteen, Mike. Am I saying his last wrong? Appeal,
Mike Appel.
Mike Appella, and John Lando.
Oh, Mike Appel.
Mike Appel and John Lando.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who was the manager?
Mike Appel.
Mike.
John Lando was a critic and writer,
Okay, but
and later producer and manager for Springsteen.
okay,
But
but he helped produce this album, I think.
mm-hmm.
But who did he sue? Because
He sued Mike Appel.
But did he keep him as a manager after he?
No.
Okay.
John Lando became manager.
That's okay. And he sued him on Nebraska during the Nebraska era.
After Born and Run Success.
Okay, after this album. Okay.
Lasted about 3 years.
Okay. Oh, that's why he couldn't record.
It pretty much he was stalled.
That's right.
And was torn to fund.
Yeah.
The expensive court battles.
Singles were Born to Run, 10th Avenue Freeze. He got that Roy Orbison. He wanted to sing like Roy Orbison and Bob Dylan, and he wanted the production to be like Phil Spector.
Mm-hmm.
He used Orbison style singing and Duane Eddy's guitar playing. Now, people who don't know Duane Eddy, just listen to Peter Gunn. You know that dun 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
That's
mm-hmm.
and you in that rhythm, like that dun 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 dun. That's almost Bruce's rhythm.
Yeah.
When you think about where he got it from, there's a song called Rebel Rouser also. So he also liked, and I found this surprising, girl groups, the Shirelles and the Ronettes and the Shangri-Las for harmony, walking in the sand and stuff like that, that kind of stuff. That's stuff I grew up on. My dad loved the Ronettes, man. That blasted in my house as a kid, as well as Dion and the Beatles.
Yeah.
So before we jump, we got to get into the E Street Band. We're not talking about those guys. I usually put them on separate paper, but this was on the back, so sorry. E Street Band. Now, back then, this is like an orchestra. You know what I mean? Like a band was like, all right, you had a lot of bands, like the Allman Brothers had a ton of guys in the band. The Doobie Brothers had a lot of guys, but the E Street Band is like almost an orchestra. There's a ton of people in this band. You think about
and by the way, like when Springsteen talking about the E Street Band in his biography, he said that he because so on Springsteen's debut, it was it was billed as solo.
Yeah.
And the E Street is there, but you don't hear them until the Innocent E Street Shuffle. And it's funny because they kind of went through changes as well.
Yeah.
But the E Street Band, Springsteen wanted to create his band, like his musicians, and the way he would do it was, but it's not like the Beatles. Springsteen needed total control.
Yeah.
So he kind of created like the E Street Band.
Yeah.
And you're right, because it's kind of like his orchestra in a way.
Conductor, if you look at it, he's the leader. He's like, it's almost like Duke Ellington or Count Basie in a way,
Yeah.
And you needed that, just like Billy Joel had a specific band. He had
Yeah.
like Liberty DeVito, like
Uh,
what's
Well, I
oh,
will say the only difference is that, but Billy Joel was only Billy Joel.
right, right,
You know, Springsteen made an effort to make sure that it's Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
right, right.
But this time, instead of, you know how the Beatles are the Beatles, it's not
Yeah,
like John and the Beatles or Paul.
yeah,
Like Springsteen's got to be a genius for this because like you said, yeah, he's kind of like a band leader.
right,
And like Billy Joel had that famous band, but it's just Billy Joel.
right. But
And
what I mean is like when you listen to Max Weinberg, you know it's Max Weinberg, you know,
mm,
and the same thing with Billy Joel. Like I don't know if he switched up his. I just know Liberty
he
DeVito.
did. He did. I didn't play. I know on the records, like moving picture. I'm sorry, not moving pictures, but
Right out of the gutter.
no, that's how you know the Rush. They'll never leave. But
Just say
uh,
you have a Tony Iommi vibe about you today. I love it. I don't know.
I love. Yo, I gotta wear that cross,
Yeah,
man.
I love it. I love it.
No, that's hilarious, man. But what was I saying? Yeah, so with Billy Joel, though, that band I think was prominently in 52nd Street,
Yeah.
and but he kind of would change. Billy Joel is kind of like I heard he was an a-hole. I don't know if this is
I think
true.
I think Liberty DeVito stuck it out with him because there's
Okay.
something about Billy Joel. I mean, Billy Joel's genius, right? But the drums, I always loved Liberty DeVito's style, the way he played,
Mhm.
and Max Weinberg. There's something about these two drummers that fit this band.
Yeah.
You know, I
You-
got to see which album Liberty stopped playing in, but I think he's on all the hits for Billy.
Yeah. And actually, fun fact though, but uh Max Weinberg is interesting. He kind of came in late. Uh, the original drummer for the E Street Band was this guy named Ernest Boone Carter.
And he's on the first two
And
albums.
before that, it was Vincent Mad Dog Lopez.
Okay.
And they had interesting drumming styles too. I didn't even notice, but once you hear Weinberg, you hear it. Like
Oh, that guy is special.
his drumming is muscular. Like,
And I think he's underrated. I don't,
oh
you know,
yeah.
I don't
He
think.
played on the Dire Straits record making movies.
Okay.
And you hear his sound. And also another one I want to give a shout out is Roy Bittan.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Roy Bittan he called him the Professor Springsteen because
And
he.
Gary Tallis.
I'll be honest with you, it's like the band, like dude, like
Uh,
it's.
what a great bass player, Gary Talent. I mean, I got turned on to him. Didn't know who he was
Hmm.
until I was about in college, maybe 18 or 19. I got a James Jamerson book, the bass player from Motown. And they had all these. Geddy Lee actually played in it. They had every famous bass player at the time play a Motown song. Geddy Lee actually played "Get Ready," you know, which
Mm.
and Gary Talents was in it, and I'm like, wow, he gets a really cool bass sound. I didn't realize, you know, how good he was. And then when I would listen to, you know, the older stuff, he's really a great freaking bass player. Another one that not talked about enough. A rhythm section that's not talked about enough is E Street Band.
Yeah, I agree. And Springsteen's so responsible for the forming of it. And what he wanted was like his like Bob Dylan and the band had that potential too.
Yeah,
I think Bob Dylan was so subversive. But Springsteen is smart, and he's gonna create the band. It's gonna be Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band in the similar vein where James Brown had his band, remember? Or
I was also a guy who switched up drummers.
right, but he
Like
had the band and gave it a title, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's what he was doing as a callback to that old 50s like rock and roll style.
but James Brown was a little bit like Dylan, where he'd fire people.
Yeah, he's
You know,
yeah. Springsteen perfected that concept, I
yeah,
think. Like that's what Springsteen I always view as like Dylan perfected.
yeah.
You know, like
What,
where he was smart and instead of staying too much in the folky, which he kind of started, right? He started in the folky realm.
yeah.
He decided, especially on Born to Run, to let rock and roll what he really loved the 1950s rock and roll sound because it's funny this album doesn't sound like 1960s rock, but
No.
1950s.
Yeah.
Especially like the Phil Spector production and the way he kind of decided it's going to be Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, right?
But it has the 70s analog recording. It has that warm 70s sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
If anything, I think he's an innovator for it. Like he's
Yeah,
one of the innovators.
it's not heavily like produced, it's not overproduced. Like back in this era of recording, 1975, every album, every rock album is so warm and perfectly recorded. Every band I mentioned on that list, Nazareth, Rush, Queen, everything is so warm. It's before digital came in. I think digital took away from that warm sound. And that's a big, people could debate me on it, but there's nothing like a 1975 snare drum.
I agree.
I don't care if it's Kiss, I don't care if it's, whatever, any band, obviously Rush, Nazareth, but so he's at the right place at the right time to the right audience. 1975 was the perfect year to break through with a great.
Yep. Yep. I agree. And it's actually kind of interesting where how you said that with Phil Spector in the 1950s, he created the wall of sound, his famous
Yeah.
production technique. And the reason why he did that was because the technology wasn't that great.
Oh yeah.
1970s though, you could like you said, it's all analog.
And
It gives, and that's why I think a lot of these, like especially the albums you mentioned in 1975, they have a unique sound.
they do, and it goes back to I'm drawing a blank. The Beatles engineer, uh,
George Martin.
George Martin. He started. He
Yeah,
started,
and he was limited by the technology.
but he knew how to. He would
Right.
take um tape and splice it, and take 4 tracks and make it 8 tracks.
Yep. And actually, speaking of this album, Jimmy Iovine will have a hand in that. The famous Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah, I think I have him on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this album is just like this is probably if anything, I think this is the greatest album of that year.
Oh yeah.
And it's no
Well,
secret that it's
I
from
by
a
now, so I'm I might debate you on that.
I think I will admit this is better than because what Rush album came out in 1975?
Fly by Night.
Is he really Fly By Night?
Yeah, but it's yeah, it's two different animals. We
Right.
can't
I,
compare them.
I will say though, this album for me is a hot take
Yeah.
above Led Zeppelin, above Rush.
Physical came out that year too. Physical Graffiti.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, but this album for me, top. It's probably it's even better than Bob Dylan's. This is another hot take.
Blood on the
Blood
Track.
on the Tracks. It's much better because what Springsteen does, he enters the pantheon of like the timelessness.
Yeah,
And mind you, if you hear the Wild Innocent Easy Shuffle, that's not Born to Run. He
yeah,
made an astronomical leap. It's like the angels helped him. There's no way. Like
yeah,
if you took a year back that he would have created this insane album.
yeah, yeah.
Like
He
something the fates were on his side.
it was destiny and genius. He's a genius. He knew what he wanted. He took Phil Spector and all the other musicians that I mentioned, Roy Orbison. He took that influence and he
Yep.
created his own sound. And let's get to the backbone of it.
Let's do it.
So you have Bruce on vocals and a great guitar player. He's playing all the leads on this album, which thank you, because I thought Stevie Van Zandt.
No, Stevie Van Sant, I think on just one track. He
Yeah,
doesn't officially participate. He's always been
he
a
does
major.
he arranges a lot, I believe.
Yeah, and no, he was already a major part in Springsteen forming his music,
Yeah,
but it's not until Darkness Edge of Town will you hear Van Zandt
yeah,
and the harmonies, Springsteen and Zant.
yeah, yeah. Roy Bittan, organ, piano, harpsichord. I mean, and then this guy really adds so much to that New Jersey sound. Clarence Clemens, saxophone. There was nobody like that, and there was
Hmm.
no bands. I mean, Supertramp had a sax player, but I think they were maybe around the same time.
Yeah.
maybe a little bit late. Breakfast in America might have been 76, you know, and that was interesting because like they had a nice take on sax, but nothing like this guy. This guy was
No. And it's crazy because Clarence Clemens, the big man, before that, he was just like your average, he was a talented sax player. This is from the biography.
yeah,
Born to Run, especially the album cover where Springsteen is leaning on him,
yeah,
he he becomes the big man and like
yeah,
his sax starts like yeah, like it's interesting because there's very few I agree with you. There's very few and rock music at least, but very few that incorporate the sax so well.
yeah.
It's not corny. It's not like it
Right.
just it's majestic. And I think it's just yeah, Clarence
It's
Clemens, the big man.
funny since I've been listening to a lot of Springsteen and analyzing the big man. I'm noticing at the temple they're playing this other. It's 80s now. The band
Mhm.
Men at Work.
Oh, I love Man at Work. Yeah, I saw them live.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Dude, yeah, with
Colin Hayne is.
dude,
He,
Men at Work, Christopher Cross, and Toto.
I didn't know Men at Work was on that bill.
Dude, that's one of the reasons why I went.
Oh, I had
It
no,
is so good,
no
and I
idea
agree with you.
that. Wow.
The iconic sax line and the song "Who Can It Be Now."
Yeah,
You're right, and I think he took a page from Springsteen.
he
Like
did.
if I interview him, the main singer who's so talented,
Colin Hayne. Now his voice is still there. Colin Hayne. He still got it.
yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah. That song Overkill. Oh my.
Da-na-na-na. Like it just because of that great sax solo.
There's sax in that song. Overkill. It's a mistake. So many great songs. Check out Men at Work, people. I mean,
Yeah.
more than one hit wonders.
Oh, I think their first two albums are
The
masterpieces.
Land Down Under.
Yeah, from the land down under.
I think Cargo. That's my favorite album. But
Oh, dude, yeah, I was actually listening to them not that album nonstop. I
it's
love that album.
incredible.
You know
Now,
what's funny? Just a side detour on Men at Work, 'cause I don't know, dude. One of the best songs. And I'm surprised it's so underrated. I think this band in general is underrated.
they
I don't think they. And don't get me wrong, like "Land Down Under" is a great song.
yeah, but
It's
it's cheesy pop, but it's a great song. You know.
yeah, it's great, but they uh if you first of all, "Who Can It Be Now" is fantastic.
Well, that's where the sax solo has. It's the perfect sax solo, and then it has all these effects on it,
Yeah, yeah,
reverb and stuff. My favorite song is Overkill. Oh my god,
yeah.
it's I get the first album in Cargo mixed up because it's been so many years, but I mean that's a band that two albums and they might have did a third and then they probably called it quits or they kept going. Probably much bigger in Australia from
Yeah.
their hometown, but they were one of the early MTV bands to break off and become. They were huge. They were huge.
Yeah.
Love that band. You know,
Yeah, and I
and
agree with you. Like
they get
Business as Usual is amazing. And Cargo has, I think, one of the most underrated songs, Upstairs in My House.
yeah. I know that song.
That song is so good. Like I'm surprised like no one talks about it.
And they got lumped into the new wave thing for a little bit.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
In a way they kind of were. They were a very interesting band.
they weren't really new wave to me because they didn't have that Plimsolls sound or you
Well, you
know.
know what's funny? On some of the songs it did though.
I mean, to me, it
On
was
especially on their debut.
new wave has that punkish influence
No,
to.
but if you listen to some of their songs on there is some of that,
There is something
some,
on that.
but I like the more earthy stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
which is my like,
But
less.
Colin Hayne, I don't think there's any singer who sounds like that guy.
Hmm.
He's just got. It's almost like Sting. I would say Sting in that school of vocals. Colin
Hmm.
Hayne and Sting are very similar. They're not Robert Plant. They're not Ian Gillan or Ozzy, but they have their own uniqueness to them that
Yeah,
nobody sounds like Colin Hayne. I love.
yeah, it was so great live. The band, I'm not sure how much of the original band is still there, but it was fantastic.
Yeah,
Like, and I forgot how much of a great band and and guitarist Colin is. So,
Yeah. And then Christopher Cross, which is cool.
dude, he was so it's funny. He looks like a dad. I think I have videos. Like
Yeah.
he looks like some of those old like temple customers
To
that
the
are.
temple bologna and I want it thin. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yo, yeah, and then you don't give it to them thin, and they're like, "I said
Yeah.
thin." Like that's what he looks like.
Where's the manager?
But dude, as soon as for example, he played the song Arthur's Theme,
Oh God. Yeah.
dude, and I was like, I forgot how much this song is amazing.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend says, "Oh, I love that song,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, I could see." I forgot like how like
Yeah.
we can
That's a
be done in New York City,
I
like
mean, that to me, when I hear that, that's early '80s at its best.
yep, yep.
But Cross, he might be in the top three of the greatest soft rock artists of all time.
Yeah. If anything, I think he's the pinnacle of soft rock because after him sadly went on a decline.
It did because he's '80s. He's not '70s. He might have came out in '79, and then he didn't blow up till Arthur's Theme, and then Sailing is about '81, '82. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
such great.
It's amazing. It really is. And then I think I said Toto. I forgot
Oh,
how much
forget it.
amazing they are. Like
Yeah.
I went on a Toto binge. Toto 4.
And Joe brought up a fact I didn't know that the lead singer of, not to give a spoiler out there, but well they'll know it if they've seen Desire. Toto's singer was the son of John Williams.
I think he said that on Desire, right?
Yeah, I had no
Yeah, I didn't him. By the way, the musical talent in Toto.
Jesus.
No, their debut is amazing, and then all their albums are so. I was listening to Toto, and especially live, and I always forget how much of a great of a band they were.
Oh yeah,
Like it's and talk about like that warm production sound too,
yeah. Toto.
because you see it, you hear it in their debut versus Toto 4, because Toto 4 is digital, but they make it work.
I mean, Toto is a soft rock band, but this band could be like I saw Chicago a couple of years back, and Toto reminded me of Chicago, where they both kick ass live. Now they still got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it.
I was shocked with like Sticks too, where
Oh yeah,
I'm glad I went because and for our viewers out there, see these bands, they're rocking.
yeah. You
Like
know
I definitely felt the vibe.
that's good that they're still out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because soon, I mean, I fear this because I work with a lot of young kids that play me new music, and I'm like,
Mm.
my God, this is not. This is.
Dude, new artists do not, I'll be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not
Like,
not artist.
dude,
Where's
hey, by the way, there's no modern Springsteen.
no?
Have you heard of the singer Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah, I heard you mention her before. Yeah, I never really.
I would. It's funny if you can listen to her stuff.
But like,
She kind of has a bit of hope, but then you hear her lyrically, and it's like
I mean,
I don't know.
I was going back and the temple, they're playing all these '90s stuff, and there was a lot of good, almost soft rock, folk rock artists, especially women. Like they play a lot of Jewel. Like remember Jewel?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, in the '90s, there was that renaissance of the
Yeah,
female singer-songwriter.
Lisa Loeb and Jewel. Like they were talented. They
Alanis Morissette.
she was just amazing. And there's not even that now. What's her name? That I can't think of her name. Anton LaVey's daughter reincarnated.
Taylor Swift.
Like, I mean, she's the biggest thing in the world, but like, I mean, no disrespect, she puts on a great show and everything. I don't know any. I don't know any songs by her, but she might be the only thing that is out there that's the big thing. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that I know of. I don't know any of these artists that these kids are talking about.
Mhm.
Like talking.
I hate to say their music is not timeless. I know, I might get hate, but it's good. Like some of it's good, but I feel like I'm not gonna listen to this when I'm 60.
No, no.
Like I'm not. And if you are, good for you. But for me,
Like how
I
do you
would rather hear like Born to Run on my deathbed.
exactly how do you drop an album without promoting it? I mean, Like,
Oh, well,
uh,
because TikTok and product advertisement.
but I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't come from that era, and they laugh at me. They're like, "Oh, so and so dropped an album yesterday." I'm like, "Well, did he promote it? No, he just."
Oh no, and also another thing is digital music too.
Yeah,
That's a
I
major thing.
I don't understand how that works.
And they follow their Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts, and when they drop an album, they or TikTok too. Like
Yeah,
they let their social media know before they do.
yeah. I don't know anything about that world, and but when I hear them dropping an album in one day, I'm like, wow, that's just so odd to me because bands promoted albums. When Power Slave came out, I knew about it like 6 months before it's coming out, and
Oh no, technology and
I
like
had to
social media have
down. But
no. Oh, and AI too. Like
even if Maiden puts out a new album, they're not going to drop it in one day. They're going to tell you we have an album coming out in September and a tour to follow.
no, no. The way things now work is streaming. We're in the age of streaming, and the artist will already release one track off the album, but also start promoting heavily on like their TikTok circles, Instagram. Social media is key. That's how someone this age gets information an album fast.
Well, that's cool. If you drop one track off the album, it's like dropping a single before the album
In
comes
a
out.
way, in a way.
Old school. But to drop a whole album in one day without promoting it, you put everybody in shock, I guess. Oh, so and so has a new album out.
Yeah, it's great buzz, but only like artists like Drake can do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Kendrick, the rap world does that, the hip hop world.
It's just so weird for me because I don't come.
Yeah, they don't have to tour. The tour comes after, if anything.
Yeah. Oh, I shut my door. My old bones. Sorry.
No, no, good.
we did a lot of shows today. The back is like, ah,
Yeah. I think we went on a tangent here, but let's
you know. Um,
return to Springsteen. Oh, and dude, just let me make a comment on the singing while we're talking about personnel.
mhm.
So Springsteen's vocals, interesting. If you hear his vocals on the debut,
Yeah.
it's very Dylan in a way, where, for example, like on Blinded by the Light song,
Yeah.
I love the way he sings. It's like, no, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night,
Yeah.
blinded by, and you hear like his vocals are so youthful,
Yeah.
where and he's like, madman, drummers, bummers, Indians in the summer with a teenage diplomat, like the way he's singing, and you see that on his debut, and then on the Wild the Innocent Easter Shuffle, his singing starts becoming a little more like all over the place. But you see, do you know the song Incident on 57th Street?
Yes. I know that song.
This is the song that will kind of give the vocals on Born to Run, where it's very operatic.
Hmm.
And this time he's going away from the fast lyricism,
Right.
like Dylan, like, like, I was in the basement, this thing on the
Yeah.
Madison. I was like, man, drummers, bummers in the summer, and he starts singing, like, actually, like, getting his iconic voice,
Right. Right.
and you hear it, on like Incident on 57th Street, and you kind of hear it in Spirit in the Night too. And his lyrics start becoming sharper.
Yeah.
This time, leaving away a little of the. It's funny because in the biography, he says on most of the songs on Greetings and example, Blinded by the Light, he was using a dictionary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to get someone to, he had the dictionary in hand, which
Yeah.
kind of like a rapper in a way, because I think a lot of
Well, it,
rappers.
it is almost like a rap, that song. Literally curly and that kind.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
funny story about that. I remember when I was obsessed with that song by Manfred Mann.
Mm.
And this is Bruce Springsteen. So I had this chair that went in a circle, and we had the old '70s stereo, and it was on the radio. I'm cranking it up, and I'm making believe I'm playing the keyboards. Now I'm like 7 or 8 years old, and at the same time, my mother had this '70s green lamp that hung, and so I'm spinning it like crazy, just staring at it as Blinded by the Light is playing.
Mm.
Then all of a sudden, it comes crashing down to the floor. what the hell are you doing? Shut this music off. That's my childhood memory of Blinded by the Light, and I always think about it when I hear that song. But anyway,
It's interesting because Man for Man definitely, that's a good story, but Man for Man definitely beefed it up. Um,
oh yeah, yeah. They
uh,
I heard the original a little bit, going, through my research, but I just love the way I love Manfred Mann. They just such a great job with that song. And
yeah.
they play chopsticks
Oh,
in it at the end and all that stuff.
oh, and it's just yeah, the song is so good. It's probably like the best song on that album.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's kind of semi autobiographical too.
yeah.
And if you hear the live version is so good because then Springsteen in the middle of the song goes on a tangent
Hmm.
where he talks about the story of his background, him trying to make it.
Right, right.
And it's really great. It's amazing. And actually, and the other best song on that album, just quickly before I forget, "Growing Up."
Okay, I gotta check that.
That song is so good. Like that's probably one of the masterpieces on the album. But anyway, but yeah, so Springsteen on The Wild, the Innocent, and the A Street Shuffle, his singing is evolving,
Right.
where you hear it on. Also, Rosalita has that great Springsteen live sound.
Now
Like
that
hey, Rosalita, jump a little higher, like Senorita, like
so Rosalita's on the East Street Shuffle.
yep, yep.
That love that song. I love that song.
That's on that. And another interesting one is Fourth of July, Asbury Park.
That's on
Where
that.
he started, yeah, his singing started going a bit slowly. Where he's like, Sandy, the wild is a little E. Like you can actually hear, and he's actually kind of singing very well.
Wow.
So this gives way to when you hear the songs on Born to Run, the writing starts getting sharper and his singing starts becoming more operatic.
Okay.
Like where he this time, and again, he finds his voice in a way. Like it's kind of like, you know, we're talking about like the crest of steel age,
Yeah.
but I'm born to run. He finds his voice, and you hear it in like songs like Thunder Road. And if you hear the live versions, they're even better, especially on the Hammersmith Odeon um, live album. That's probably one of the greatest live albums, and a lot of these songs shine. Um, Especially like Backstreets, where he starts becoming more operatic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you get the iconic Springsteen scream, like I didn't know, like where he's just like
Yeah.
the emotion, like it, I just want me to comment on the vocals because
Oh yeah.
probably one of the greatest rock vocals on this album.
Definitely. He's incredible. Incredible. Um. So it's funny how we went up. We went from Clarence Clemens to Men at Work. You know.
Look at the sax.
You know.
And Dire Straits took some notes too because
Yeah.
they like incorporating sax in their
Yeah.
songs.
And of course, Supertramp. Gary Talent on bass, underrated bass player. You know, the mighty Max Weinberg.
Hmm.
Rhythm section underrated. They're beasts. They're just so good. And Gary Talent, I think he shines on this album.
Yeah,
Darkness, he really, really shines. Ernest Carter also on drums.
that's the drummer only on Born to Run.
Hmm. Danny Federici on,
Another secret recipe. Amazing organ player.
yeah, amazing, amazing. Um, then another guy, David.
David Senicius, who also ex E Street before he ends up leaving.
Okay, now this is what I like. Randy Brecker, Michael Brecker, and David Sanborn are on this album. Now,
Yep, on 10th Avenue Freeze Out, right?
yeah, these guys are at this time like prog fusion beasts.
Yeah.
I mean the Brecker brothers. Oh my God, that first album where they have like their two heads are together. There's a song called Skunk Funk.
Hmm.
You know, it's like they invented this method called the Lydian method on the guitar, on the sax and trumpet. And he put, I think it was uh, Michael Brecker, uh, put wah wah on his saxophone. So this is like having these guys on here and David Sanborn. These are the like jazz fusion beasts. Like these guys are phenomenal. Richard Davis on double bass. I think he was an old school jazz bass player. Now, who was the guy? Jimmy. I'm going to say his name wrong. He's the engineer.
So Jimmy Iovine,
Yeah,
who came to the rescue,
yeah.
and he's what do you know about Jimmy Iovine?
Not much. Not much.
Well, dude, he in the music industry after, like years after,
Yeah.
he becomes an like he launches Interscope Records with Dr. Dre,
Oh wow.
co-finds Beats, Apple Music, discovers Run DMC, was pivotal in the hip hop world in the 80s.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's major. But Darren Springsteen, he was a young up and coming like hotshot and got a chance to engineer the record, even though he had no engineering experience.
And he became all that at
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
insane.
Jimmy Iovine.
And then of course Stevie Van Zandt with his arrangements, background vocals, amazing. So let's jump right in.
Yeah.
Thunder Road, side one. Put the needle on the record. Okay. Thunder Road is ranked 111 in Rolling Stone's 500 best songs of all time.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try my best. Now I'm nervous now, Manny, because I know you're the Bruce Springsteen-ologist. So I broke
Mm.
one down. It's about a relationship. Mary and her boyfriend are trying to make the relationship last. Um, they mention Roy Orbison in the song, singing "For the Lonely," "Only the Lonely," was a huge inspiration on him. Obviously, taking a chance on love and life, um, chasing their dreams, escaping the small town of life, breaking free from the circumstances. He tells Mary they gotta leave, they gotta break free of their current situation. How did I do?
Not bad.
Pretty good.
I think it opens up. Yeah, I think you got it. I think you got most of the parts
Yeah,
where it's about a guy. Well, first of all, the title Thunder Road. I think he got from a movie, I think, or it was like, the Thunder Road. It's like,
yeah,
you know, and I love how the song is sort of like it reads like a play,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
kind of interesting. The screen door slams, Mary's dress sways. Like a vision, she dances across the porch as the radio plays. Roy Orbison singing for the lonely, right? Like you said, like that callback. Hey, and again, we don't know much about these two couple, but we know that they want to escape.
yeah.
And I think one of the best lyrics on that, so giving your interpretation, which is really good.
Thanks.
And then um I think some of the iconic lyrics here is um yeah, so we'll come take my hand. We're riding out tonight to case the promised land. Oh Thunder Road, um, take hold Thunder Road. And I love the line, well, I got this guitar and I learned how to make it talk. And my car's out back if you're ready to take that long walk. And then iconic phrase here, there are ghosts in the eyes of all the boys you sent away. They haunt this dusty beach road in the skeleton frames of burned out Chevrolets. They scream your name at night in the street. Your graduation gown lies in rags at their feet.
Wow.
So it's sort of it's like a nice little vignette
Yeah,
and this person, this couple saying to Mary, like, like climb in. It's a town full of losers. I'm pulling hard here to win.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
and just it's so sunny. It has like this like sunrise
yeah,
vibe to it.
yeah.
Like a great opener.
Oh,
And opens up with harmonica.
yep. I have that nice harmonica, piano intro, very Dylan. Piano dominates the verses, great lyrics, great vocals. Band comes in, nice groove, great chord progression, and it picks up in the middle section. Nice hits with the great drums. You know, picks up in tempo and chorus. Great chorus, powerful. Nice bridge section. Great drum fills. There's an instrumental section as the song ends. Powerful ending. So
Yeah, it's very cinematic. Like it opens up like with that nice harmonic on piano.
yeah,
And I love Springsteen's voice. Like it's like, well, don't rack inside, darling, you know just what I'm like you can hear the emotion.
yeah,
And even when he sings, so you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we ain't that young. Like he starts anymore. Like he starts
yeah.
singing more guttural.
And he
And
goes from low to like not low, like it's almost like low to high in a way,
yeah,
but it's
yeah,
really, you know what I mean? It's like a
yeah,
dynamic. It's not like say someone like a heavy metal singer that'll sing really low, like Dio, and then
yeah,
hit a high note. But you know, he does something. I can't really put it into words, you know. But
yeah.
amazing, great song.
Well, you see that, for example, also in the lyric, like, "Well, I'm no hero that's understood." Like he goes, I
Yeah,
kind of like he also talks at the same time.
yeah,
And all the redemption I can offer girls beneath this dirty hood with a chance to make a. And then he starts saying, "Hi, well, what else can we do now?" And then the music, well, except roll down the window. And like, it's just a great opener. It's probably one of the masterpieces. And listen to the live version from Hammersmith Odeon.
yeah.
It is so good. He takes it to the next level and just accompanied by Roy Bittan on piano.
Wow, amazing.
But it's youthful, it's bright, it's definitely like, it's like the young lover saying, take my hand, Mary, let's get out of here. It's
Yeah,
like Romeo and Juliet in a way.
wow.
I think you got the meaning behind it too. It's like
Yeah, great point. Romeo and Juliet, like that. You know that kind of story. Guy and girl want a better situation. They want to better their lives.
yeah. But you know what's crazy? We don't know that except from a few kind of hints that the singer alludes to.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I feel like the song has like an innocence. Um, and you have also iconic characters, Mary, right?
yeah,
The boyfriend, and they got one last chance to make it real, and sort of like Springsteen saying to the listener, come take my hand and come on this journey with me.
right.
But sadly, though, as we're gonna find out in Darkness on the Edge of Town, it's gonna get a little more bleak. But for
Yeah,
now, it's sunny. It's and it's not coincidence that Springsteen says Roy Orbison singing for the lonely, only the
yeah.
lonely, the
Only
1960
Lonely,
song.
biggest song, one of his biggest songs. Yeah,
Right, right, and yeah, so fantastic opener.
amazing. The
And
next
if
one,
if I can quote it before heading out, it's a town full of losers, and I'm pulling out of here to win. I feel like
yeah.
that's the Temple anthem.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is a temple anthem, and
This is one of my favorites, though. And by the way, this album all killer. There is no filler.
oh, there's not one bad song.
No, like you could put it like every one of these songs should have been a hit. It's kind of like 2112
It, I,
or like Moving Pictures where
yeah.
every song is
How
insane.
come Only Born to Run and 10th Avenue Freeze are on the radio?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
it doesn't make sense.
No,
They
no.
didn't push it enough. I think there's more. Like every song should be. And then what? On Born in the USA, he had 7 hits.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. Well, obviously we'll talk about it when we
Yeah,
talk about Born to Run, but I think MTV has something to do with it.
that's true
you
too.
know,
Yeah,
because Bruce Springsteen was more relied on word of mouth in a way and promotion, and it was operating. So even Springsteen makes this point where singles dominated.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
album had to have singles,
Oh
like
yeah,
a single or
that's
some whatever, and that's what was put out.
all labels wanted was singles. And I
Yeah,
remember being a kid. You might remember it too. I don't know. Going to the record store or the record section of say Caldors or Corvette. Michael Jackson's Thriller, and you'd buy the.
Cheech, just FYI, you froze.
Oh, okay.
It's happening.
Uh-oh.
So,
How am I now?
you froze for lunch. You have to go back because you froze for some time.
Okay, where did I leave off?
We were talking about singles and how the record label won singles.
So back in the day, you could go to a store like Caldors, for instance, or Corvettes, to the record section, and you go to the clerk, and you give you a sheet, maybe a top 40, and you'd say like, "Oh, give me number 3 on the sheet," and that would be like Triumph, World of Fantasy, or give me number 5. It'd be Michael Jackson Thriller, and you just get a 45,
Yeah,
and that was the single that the band put out, and that was what was played on the radio.
yeah.
So okay, so before Judas takes me away, um, 10th Avenue Freeze. I love this song. I mean,
And if you want to, we can conclude on this song, part one, and then
it's up to you. We'll see if you have time to keep going or
only because I'm afraid it's freezing. See, oh, it just froze again. But I'm not sure if I'm freezing or you are. All right, so next up is 10th Avenue Freeze Out, which I know is your favorite, as you said.
well,
Um,
I'm torn. I don't know how you feel about like Born to Run and 10th Avenue Freeze.
yeah, 10th Avenue Freeze Out. Like, it's
I
so good.
I don't know. They're both
And they're different, though.
yeah,
Like, this is definitely more R&B, soul, kind
yeah,
of funk flavor.
yeah. I mean, it's just a great song.
Oh, and you know the horn, uh, I think this was from the documentary. You know the horn intro?
Yeah,
That was Stevie Van Zant's idea.
and that's the Becker brothers with the
Yeah, and he was the one doing these, telling to the guys, do this, but like he was arranging it.
arranged it. He's so talented. Yeah,
Stevie Van Zandt, yeah. And it's probably the song on the album that sounds very different from the rest.
yeah, and just to get to get those guys on a guy like a rock out, like they're in two different worlds.
Yeah,
I mean, the jazz fusion world in 1975, we could do a whole episode on Weather Report and Return to Forever and all these great, Billy Cobham Spectrum, all these great from 73 to 76 headhunters, you
yeah,
know, by Herbie Hancock. There was this whole jazz, funk, prog
yep,
fusion movement, and these guys are on this album, and they're from two.
yeah. But it's funny on this album they're kind of underutilized. Like they're just used for their talents of their horn
Yeah,
instruments.
they're not ripping like they.
No, no, but they do give a unique flavor to this song
Yeah,
and Meeting Across the River.
yeah, it
And 10th Avenue Freestyle does have a jazzy sound to it too.
does. It does.
Like it's like very, very like I guess that sort of like James Brown sound was his band. Like
Yeah,
I guess it's R&B. I guess that's what it is. If I give it a name,
swag,
but
swag to it. You know.
yep, yep. And the lyrics, and you're gonna get into it, but
Yeah.
just to give a because I love this song. Bad Scooter is a pseudonym for Springsteen. So this song is kind of autobiographical.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was easy, I think, to analyze.
Yeah.
Tells a
But
story.
I will say Springsteen said just one more thing before I forget on the one of these documentaries, he goes like Springsteen, like Dylan says, I have no idea what it means, and to this day I don't know, but it's important.
Oh, he doesn't really.
No, he wrote the song, but he doesn't know what the song is about.
Wow. So, all right, if he's saying that, then it's interesting. I mean, what I got from it is probably what you think. Tells the story of the formation of the E Street Band.
Yep, 10th and then the 10th Avenue Freeze Out, right? Like um it's a take on well keep going. I have actually one more thing that it has to do with the E Street Shuffle. These two
Okay.
are very similar.
Okay. Bad Scooter is Bruce Springsteen. Big Man is Clarence. Basically, the magic that happens when the band plays together, a celebration of how good the band is. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's
This song is the E Street Band manifesto and autobiography.
yeah, yeah, you know.
And I love the line. I always get chills every time I hear it, like when he says like, and I'm all alone, like I'm all alone.
Yeah,
And then Clarence is like, "Oh, kid, you better get the picture." And I'm on my own. And he's like, "I can't go home."
yeah,
And that was Springsteen. Like he was on the road when he was up and coming, going through success, failure, 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 success, failure, failure, failure. And then in the song it says, and when the change was made, what made uptown, and the big man joined the band, Clarence Clements. And he said, when Clarence Clements joined the band, it's like it's magic.
yeah, yeah. That guy,
He was the final piece in the formation of his band.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, and this song is really good. And once again, Cheech, hear the Hammersmith Odeon live version.
I gotta check that one out.
It's so good. It technically kind of is better than this one. So good. Um, but yeah, it's and it's interesting. They going back to why 10th Avenue Freeze Out. What's up with that? Springsteen's like, I don't know. Like, but the E Street Shuffle, 10th Avenue Freeze Out. I don't know if you knew this back in those days. Like the Harlem Shuffle, there were these dances.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Springsteen said, and this guy gives a clue on the E Street Shuffle, he was thinking of an imaginary dance that he would make up.
Wow.
So 10th Avenue Freeze Out too is like kind of like a dance.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
so like the E Street Shuffle or like the Harlem Shuffle,
yeah.
the Charleston, like these
20s
that
out of the 1920s.
yep, that's what Springsteen was sort of coming up with, the 10th Avenue Freeze Out.
Crazy. Here are I just brought up the 1920s, and we're in 2020s. That, I don't know. That it's kind of crazy when you think about it. You know, like the Charleston is 100 years old.
Yeah,
That,
there's more examples. I'm just kind of, but because I read in autobiography where when he made the song "E Street Shuffle," right
yeah,
from the Wild and Innocent E Street Shuffle, it's like he was imagining, uh, sort of like his own dance. Now he didn't know what the dance would be,
yeah.
but he was imagining, all right, this would be the dance, and
Wow.
this is everybody do the E Street Shuffle, everybody do the 10th Avenue Freeze Out, like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Springsteen was really good at that, where using his imagination. No,
Oh,
it's imaginary dance. It's not
well,
actual.
he's a storyteller. He's a writer. He's
Yep,
like
yep,
he's like Neil writing, painting a picture. A movie in your head.
yeah. And this song is straight poetic. Now it's
Yeah,
very different because Thunder Road reveals his Steinbeck side,
yeah,
his playwright, his operatic.
yeah.
Like narrative, right? This one, poem, teardrops on the city. What a beautiful image.
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
Scooter, searching for his groove. And I think about that name, Bad Scooter, like a
Yeah,
scooter that
great
doesn't
name. Yeah,
work, right? Seem like the whole world walking pretty, and you can't find the room to move. Well, everybody better move over. That's all. I'm running on the bad side, and I got my back to the wall. Like, right, you get that image, like 10th Avenue, like
yeah,
it's all like an imaginary dance.
yeah. Love it.
And I'm stranded on the jungle, taking all the heat that was giving. It's poetic. It's
It is.
straight,
I never really thought of it as a dance. That's a great like analogy.
but it's imaginary, and I
Yeah,
got that insight from his autobiography. So if Springsteen's watching, I think a little clue of what you were trying to write.
awesome, man. You are the Springsteenologist. Music, mellow intro, great horns on the song. The Becker brothers, David Sanborn. Great guitar, steady beat, great piano, amazing chorus, 12-bar blues vibe, great bridge section. All I could say, nice sax on the big man. Um, Lyrics are amazing. Has a nice fade out. And CV Van Zant came up with the horn intro. And it's classic. It's just classic Bruce Springsteen. It just
Yep,
that's all you could say, really. It's
great full on like band and but definitely the most unique sounding on the album. But
Yeah.
it's great.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, very like warm and na, 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 like it's great. Na, na, na.
Amazing. And like I said, those are my two favorites, and they're the two singles.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, because there should have been more. There should have been more singles. I don't know whose fault that was. With the label, Columbia. Why they didn't put a third or fourth one out. I guess when you go out on tour after you have singles out and you're already getting successful, you're not thinking about promoting the album like that much anymore because
Hmm.
it's already selling, and or maybe bands didn't put out more than two singles back then. In the '80s is maybe when you did three or four singles like Madonna, Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen. I'm born in the USA.
Hmm.
You know, but did you want to stop or did you want to go to night?
Let's do night. Let's see if you don't freeze.
Okay. I won't
And this song, I love this song. This is like say one of my favorites on the album.
tend to have increase.
And I
uh,
love the way it begins like da-da-da-da, da-da-da, like it just like
oh,
da-da-da. And I think you hear Clement's sax. Wow, wow, wow.
you hear it right away. Yeah,
It just go in your face. After like the 10th Avenue freeze out, ding it in, like it just
yeah,
keeps going. It literally feels like driving at night.
yeah. Once again, it's about a blue collar worker who, after a full day of work, runs off into the night to drag race in search for love of a woman. His only freedom and joy is when he is like with her and on the highway. He lives for the nights where he can escape work. I put in quotes the temple, uh, where he he can just go into the darkness and you know drive his car around. Basically, that's kind of what I pretty much got out of it.
Yeah, not bad. Um, I'll add just that it's a song about uh yeah, it's weird because it's like romantic.
Yeah,
Like it's not bleak. Um and um I love the way where it's kind of like the working life, right? Like and I love the way Springsteen sings in this like low, I think baritone, like get up every morning at the sound of the bell. Like right, you get
yeah,
to work late and the boss man's giving you hell.
God,
And I love how he sings the next one, like till you're out on a midnight run. And again, he's singing that kind of like up and down too, but in a nice baritone. Losing your heart to a beautiful one. It's just romantic and and just to skip a little bit, but and she'll be waiting there and you'll find her somehow, you swear, somewhere tonight you'll run sad and free until all you can see is the night.
yeah,
So it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like a working man's like romantic anthem.
it is. And then once again, he brings up the cars.
Yep, it's a big escapism in cars is a big theme of this album.
Yeah,
Yep. And actually, just for our fellow temple workers, the rap chat's filled with soul crusaders. The circuit's lined and jammed with chromed invaders.
yeah. It's almost like he's singing about the temple.
Well, I mean, look at it. And you're just a prisoner of your dream, holding on for your life because you work all day to blow them away at in the night, like you do with your bass playing.
Exactly, or the podcast. Like
Yeah.
that's the beauty that the luck we're lucky we have our things. We're not going home saying, "Hey, honey, I made my metrics today." you know?
Yo, honey, I did all my temps.
Yeah,
Aren't I accomplished?
code green was happening.
Code Green was so great today, honey.
God,
I
please,
had trashed the three code greens.
that's the highlight of my day. And
Dude, every time I hear that code, it's so cringe.
oh, not to get on that, but like to me, there's too many stupid rules. Like you should throw garbage out when garbage is full. Like I'm gonna start.
And I to this day
Um,
Someone claimed this to avoid theft or something, but I'm
honey, it's
like,
8
that
o'clock.
is dumb.
Honey, it's 8 o'clock. We have to throw the garbage out. It's honey, it's 12 o'clock. We got to throw the garbage out. I mean,
Dude, I think it's about control, bro.
it's all about control. It's 1984, man.
Yeah.
I was talking to a customer about an old school customer about it, and they're like, I can't believe they even used the word matrix in this store. I heard them talking about it. I laughed. I was like, yeah, that's what they live by.
Full on Matrix. It's
It
like,
control. It's
yeah,
control from Big Brother.
yeah.
Not so much the temple priest. They're controlled by Big Brother. We know who that is. And
Mm,
and the priests are controlled. Then that goes down to the lower priest. That goes down to the villagers.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's crazy.
It's sad. It's sad. But yeah, but that's the lyrics of Night, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
Great vignette of getting out of work and then going on that midnight run. Like you can hear, you can see you in the car. Wait, it's a warm summer night,
yeah,
flap top back or like open window, and
classic, man.
yeah,
Uh, music, fast intro, great sax in the intro. Then the verse comes in, great pre-chorus. It's fast, leads to a chorus. Then it gets mellow, goes mellow. Then it goes back to the verse. Great piano, great vocal, great story.
mhm,
Um, and then it ends, I believe, with a sax solo.
yeah,
And it has a
yeah, wow, 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 and like it's
and
so good.
it's proggy,
Yeah,
which I love about it. I mean, we could end the first album if I'm not. I mean, the first side if I'm not freezing up. We got Backstreets.
I think Backstreet will hold on to next week because I have a lot to say. That's a
Oh,
masterpiece. Um, but yeah, Night is fantastic. It's
yeah,
like one of the fast rockers, and it begins fast and like like you just hear kind of like rip. And the Springsteen vocals is interesting. It's kind of like it's hard to describe. It's like he's like low guttural baritone whisper.
yeah,
I'm not trying to make fun of it. It's like,
yeah,
well, you da 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 da
yeah.
da 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 da.
Good idea. Yeah, good way to
Yeah,
describe him, opposed to Dylan, who's like nasally.
yeah, he's like, I ain't gonna work on.
My favorite impression. Oh my God, it's Steely Dan. Uh,
Dude, I was watching this
real,
Saw Rock
real.
episode. Dude, you know what's funny? I like making impressions. I'm not sure if I'm good at it. Me and my brother Damon. Damon's a master at it. But we do these things where we make impressions.
Yeah,
And every time I look at some rockers, I think like
reeling in the years you did it one episode. It was the I was like one of the funniest moments.
and that was based on the video. Because when I saw it and the way he was singing, I was like, what the hell?
Oh, it was so funny. It was like,
The Dylan one, like, like it's like a nasal. It's like,
I know. It's funny how different singers have that sound about them. You know, it's like Eddie Vedder. They always said sounds like he's trying to,
yeah,
uh,
Eddie Vedder's like, here, like it's funny. I don't know why. It's funny because you can sing like that.
yeah.
But it's weird. Are they singing like that on purpose?
I just
And also, baby on a Sunday afternoon. Like it's like they do it on
yeah.
purpose. Like and Creed, the
Oh God, yeah. He's
like
another one. It was like forced. Not that they're bad vocalists because they're great vocalists, but it's like that forced guttural, like,
yeah. Actually, taking notes on Springsteen because he kind of invented that.
yeah. I think so.
Like where like hiding on the back, like he's just like
Yeah,
screaming.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, the the Steely Dan.
It-
Dude, that episode was hilarious. But like, well, you everlasting enemy.
Because it's like mumble almost. It's like, hey, he invented mumble rap.
Dude,
Because he's not.
I think Steely Dan invented mumble rap.
It's like he's not even.
Oh, you know what's funny? Mumble rap sounds like this. It's like It's like what?
So
I don't
bad.
understand. It's bad.
Even modern rap, like I hear some of the stuff that they play at the temple, and I'm just like, I don't get it, man. At least like old school rap, these guys, you heard every word.
Enunciation was key
What's the word?
in rhyme schemes.
Articulation and rhyme schemes came out
Yep.
perfect. You understood what they were saying, and there was a,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
But
Well, like if you listen to like Cream by Wu-Tang Clan, you
yeah.
hear every
Oh
single, even
God.
ODB,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like old Dirty Bastard, like he had,
God,
and it's all about your style of like delivery, which in my opinion, like because in singing, I'm not a musicologist, but and again, it's just funny how rock can, even Springsteen said, I'm not a good singer, but rock and roll gave this platform, right?
yeah.
Like, another funny one that I kind of laugh is Robert Plant. Hey, mama, there's a way up, like
That,
I feel like that singing is so fun. Like, ooh, ah, ah. Like he's just like, what?
that almost sounds like Brian Johnson a little bit because he's
Oh gosh, like
yeah, he is that. Yeah.
it's a black, hit the sand, like.
Back in black. It's like you wonder what they're thinking, how they get because
Dude, it's kind of cringe. Like imagine in the studio. I'm thinking black. I hit the sack. Like, or even Steely Dan. For your everlasting energy to fade fast.
the fuck. Like, now that I hear that song, it's like almost ruined because like listening to the way.
No, I blamed the video because the guy looks like. I
Yeah.
was like, he's the one singing that. Like,
Oh, I know.
I thought like the song is so good.
Oh, the guitar solo is one of the greatest guitar solos,
Oh
in
yeah, yeah,
my opinion.
yeah.
Um,
But anyway, my point is like with the singing style, there's classical singing
yeah.
where it's like a Celine Dion or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
But then you have these singers that find like, and go back to the hip hop. In the old hip hop, the voice, like Tupac's voice, was unique.
yeah. No,
Notorious B.I.G.
oh God,
unique. It was about inflection, delivery,
yeah.
and then how you rhyme schemed. You
Even if
know, like
back and Devontae would be laughing if you watch it. You go back to the Sugar Hill Gang,
oh
rapper,
yeah,
three different rappers that sound completely different, and they're articulating a story.
yeah.
Run DMC.
Yeah, they invented and the Beastie Boys too, but they
Oh,
invented the style of, well, I got my da like it
they would have
just gets you hype.
they would put like they would it would be a chorus to one word. They would sing that one word with that.
Yep, and that takes skill and coordination, like
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
now you're bouncing off two other vocalists. Like especially
That,
the Beastie Boys are genius with that,
oh yeah.
where they're able to bounce off rhymes and like
Beastie Boys, one of the greatest rap groups, man. Or
and rock groups because I think the reason why, and I know it's controversial, but Beastie Boys actually were musical people. Like
yeah, oh, they played instruments.
they played instruments.
Gosh, that bass line. I mean, they were talented on the next level. Those.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, then I was watching Snoop Dogg on one of the reels saying Eminem is one of the greatest rappers because no,
Yeah, because especially the early records, because his delivery, like this is, because nowadays everything's like auto tune,
yeah,
and I know Kendrick Lamar, I guess, is bringing that back in a way.
yeah.
Um, the only thing, this is another case where it's funny because if you hear Kendrick Lamar, do you know any Kendrick Lamar songs?
I don't know one song by that guy,
Okay, so
and I don't plan on.
this is the way he sounds.
But
Think about like it's kind of like this weird. I guess in a way it's creative, right? It's going back to like the
yeah,
unique delivery. Um, but I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel like hip hop is lost, but it is the dominating genre. I mean, I don't know what it is now, but
I hear it every day, and I don't you know. Um, I think hip hop for me, I lost interest in it probably at 2000.
you know what's funny? I lost interest in it when I grew up.
Yeah.
I lost interest in it.
Well, like after like when Biggie and Tupac died, I mean there was some interesting I like Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is probably the last of the great ones. I
Yeah.
mean, he kind of like bad after, but.
Um,
Um, yeah, I mean,
Other unique ones. What's his name? Um, from Yonkers. Oh God, he passed away. God,
Run DMX.
DMX.
DMX, sorry, Run DMX.
You know,
DMX.
he had his own
Yeah.
thing. Buster Rhymes was pretty
Yep.
insane.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
a guy named D Nice who should have made it, who I think is one of the greatest rappers with his.
Mm.
Um, but like I don't know, in the 2000s, 50 Cent, 50 Cent's really good. I like 50 Cent, LL Cool J, but I mean, I don't know. I now, I really, I have no clue. And I'm like a fool. I get laughed at. I'm like, thank God. I'm glad I grew up. When we grew up, when we did, when you were born in the 90s, but you get the 90s and stuff.
Mm.
After a certain time period, music for me, I'm not saying it went to shit. I just lost interest in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I have no desire to move. Like a lot of kids today don't want to go backwards.
Yep.
I don't want to go forwards. Even in heavy metal, I have no interest in.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like even history, most people won't look at history, yet they'll start criticizing the past and ignoring it. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Because you can't grow unless you learn from the past.
And that's what history is.
Yeah,
Like, it was a famous, I forgot his name, Harvard philosopher that said, those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
yeah,
So it's like,
yeah.
even like hip hop, if you don't learn from your past, I mean, that's why maybe in the way, that's why the genre is like not that good.
I mean, if hip hop is going where it's at now, I don't think it's going to exist in 100 years or 50 years. It'll just
Right.
be like a drum machine and somebody just like, I don't know, talking. I won't.
Oh, it might be replaced by AI.
Yeah, that's a whole nother joke, man. Joke. Like, me and Glenn been going back and forth, and I'm sending him reels, and he's like, "Dude, that's AI." I'm like, "That's AI." I'm like, "Oh my god, it looks so real." Like I'm like new to this. You see these
Yeah.
car crashes.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah,
Like,
it's imitating reality, but it's not reality. And you could tell the AI. It's probably for scary as musicians. They're very careful because AI music might be coming.
some creepy shit.
Yeah, like there might be AI hits over, and the labels will take advantage of that, especially the master engineers. They'll just make an AI song, call it a day.
But I sent you some ghost AI stuff that I really found interesting. I sent you an exorcism that was AI.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, because there's no way that's real. There's no friggin' way that's real.
No.
It's creepy as fuck. I was like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be honest with you. Like, if people are not scared of the advent of AI, like, I'm scared
yeah,
because we have reached the Matrix world, and I don't want to find out what else is next. Because now, like, no offense, cashiers, watch out. Your jobs are done.
mm-hmm.
Um, anyone that works like in
I
anything that has to do with like secretary work, you're gonna be done pretty soon.
yeah,
Um, people have saying maybe like some career fields like AI is just like it's just crazy how it's here.
yeah,
Most people just use it like Google,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but you don't realize like what they're doing.
yeah, yeah. It's true. I think eventually it'll replace temple workers.
Oh, you already know that's
Like
on its way. Especially once they master robotics, it's over.
yeah, yeah. There's robotic people now. Have you seen these
Yeah,
people?
it's spooky. It's very uncanny, scary. I
They look like humans, but then it's the way the heads are just very, and they talk, and it's like in
yeah.
Japan this is a big thing. And when it comes here, man, I'm sure Amazon will definitely be having some robots. We have a
Oh, they're gonna. I mean, your job might be safe because I feel like a robot won't be able to cut ham thin slice.
robot might do way better. I mean, because it'll be so perfect.
Right,
But then a
right.
robot could pick up a knife and fucking kill somebody with it. If it, you know what I mean?
It's gonna rebel against the master.
So like, I don't know if a robot is safe because sometimes robots could go out of control
Mm.
or they're. I wouldn't trust a robot. Just like a robot that drives your car, a Tesla. Those things crash.
Hey, it's I also talk about that. Yeah, self-driving cars.
I don't
They're
trust.
here, which is crazy.
I do not trust that because you it doesn't have the human feel. If there's a bridge coming, you know,
Mm,
and there's a cliff, it might just go over it and not
mm,
road. Yeah, there's no way a computer could replace a real human being. It doesn't have a thought. It doesn't have a
mm.
feeling. You know, it's just sad. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, on that,
And that note, we'll lift the needle. We have concluded with
what,
night. We will conclude in part two
what,
with,
let me. I'll write. So we stopped at night.
yeah,
I'll
we'll
write.
continue with part two, Backstreets, which I have so much to say about that song.
Awesome. Cool.
But we'll see you on part two, Cheech.
Definitely. Take care, Manny.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Okay, and we're back. This is part two of our album review of Born to Run. This is the Cheech and Manny show. I'm Manny. I'm joined by my co-host Cheech, and we're gonna skip introductions, so we're just gonna jump right in. So
Yeah.
we dive in. We dropped the needle on the album. We have reviewed Thunder Road
Mm-hmm.
and um, 10th Avenue Freeze Out.
Yes.
Right, it
Yeah.
took us forever to, get through those songs because this is such a classic album. Then we did the song Night, and now we're gonna head into one of the. I mean, this song is all epic, but now we are on Backstreets.
Yeah. Backstreets.
All right, Cheech, I'll throw it to you, my friend.
Okay. Backstreets. So going to be a little controversial. My topic, my theory.
Mhm.
It could either be about a homosexual relationship because the person's name is Terry in it.
Mm.
It's ambiguous, um, or it's about a relationship between two men that were best friends that
Mhm.
faded, or it's about Bruce's relationship with a woman named Diane Lazadio. I'm sure you know of her, right?
Mhm.
Um, and it's from over just broken friendship. So it's basically like we all got this. We all had friends that we
Mm.
thought were cool, and we dug them and stuff, and then we just lost them. We're not friends with them anymore. That's what I got from it, girl or guy. You know,
Mm.
I don't know if I did good on that or
Not bad. I'm just gonna like push back on the homosexual part because the Terry is actually a girl.
okay. Yeah, I thought about it as a girl, you know, Terry, but it could. I worked with a guy named Terry, so I
Mm.
thought about that too. And my when I looked it up, it did reference that homosexual.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
100%. And I read somewhere that some people kind of take it that way. I tend not to. It's the same thing like um I guess it's sort of the same thing, you know how you've seen Lord of the Rings, right?
yeah.
A lot of people have characterized Frodo and Sam's relationship or friendship as like homosexual.
God, God, really?
Yeah. See, I really don't see that. Instead, I've always seen this, and I agree with you. I think you got the basic
Yeah,
parts. It's a in a way it's a it's a heartbreak song, right? It's a heartbreaking song.
yeah,
Two ways to kind of view it. First, can be broken friendship, right?
yeah,
Or a lost love. So these both meanings are very and I think you would agree with that, right? Like I think because you kind of gave the research, and just from me
yeah.
personally, I think it's definitely lost love for sure. Because Terry is sometimes referred to as she in like live shows by Bruce.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, that's an important detail. But it also it's like broken friendship. I mean, the song, the whole song is metaphor.
Yeah,
The back streets, the core is the shattered bond with Terry,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The back streets. Think about what they represent. Like to
Who do
me,
you think Terry is? Could it be somebody who was in the band, an ex-manager, an ex?
you know what's funny? That's a great I know from documentaries and autobiographies and just my own take on the song. Terry could be an amalgamation or mix of so many people.
Yeah.
The thing is that Bruce at this point definitely wasn't in some, you know, his girlfriends, were fast flings.
Yeah.
Um, his friendship in the band with people was thriving,
Hmm.
right? And at this point, he was working well with his manager, Mike Appel. So I don't, I think this is Bruce's poetics at work.
Yeah.
Crafts within the album, he crafts this. It's sort of like a mix of what he probably experienced growing up in New Jersey.
Hmm. Yeah.
And he crafts this song about it's so epic. And I read somewhere that the beginning of the song, in a way, it's kind of like you've ever read the Odyssey or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In a way, the Odyssey is kind of heartbroken because Odysseus is trying to get back home.
Yeah.
So this I always seen as the sort of like soundtrack to the beginning of an adventure of the Odyssey,
Right. Right.
something like that, right? And again, I think for Bruce, it doesn't. I mean, this is my opinion. Of course, Bruce can push me back on it if he came on and comment. Um, I just think this is Bruce's poetics at high work. I mean, it's about broken friend. And actually, many years later, on Born in the USA, he has a couple of songs that reference his friend Stevie Van Zandt
Right.
because he ends up leaving the band in the 80s, right? So,
Right. Right. And he formed that little Stevie in the something band.
yep. Yeah, but in this case, I know. I just think this is his poetics at high work. He creates this female character called Terry. And obviously, if Terry can be a boy, of course,
Yeah.
friendship can be deep and
Yeah.
platonic, right?
Yeah.
Um, and but if you take it as a romantic Terry girl, there was like you said, there was a girlfriend named Diane Lozito
Yeah.
from 1970s. Could be, and again, it could be a mix. Bruce even says that a lot of the early songs
Hmm.
are kind of semi-autobiographical, but not really. They're just a
Right.
mix of all life experiences he was experiencing.
Right. Right. Oh,
And the back streets I have here also that symbolizes a place of personal refuge. And that's also from Bruce's life because the back streets were his home.
yeah.
He never really had a home, right? That he felt content with. And it's a shared escape for outcasts like him,
Yeah.
tramps.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's from his New Jersey youth. Like I said, it's like a mix. And another good thing is the breakdown at midnight. You know that lyric
Yeah.
signifies the end of the relationship, right? When the reality collapsed. And again, it's just an epic like meditation on friendship, and maybe lost love for sure. It's interesting. I read somewhere that the organ line
Hmm.
taken from Positively 4th Street, Bob Dylan.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't get
Kind
that.
of that it sounds the same.
Wow. Which album is that?
That was actually that song, and I could be wrong, but it was sort of like an outtake that became a hit for Dylan, but it was an outtake from the Highway 61 Revisited sessions.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Well, I think I have Dylan in my notes on. I do. I have Dylan on my analogy of the music.
mhm. And if you hear it. And again, the homosexual, I can see that. I disagree with that. I think it, it's more,
Well,
it's
I think Bruce is, you know, going to be more heterosexual. He's not going to talk. He's not going to sing about that. Not that it's a bad thing to sing about, but I don't see Bruce Springsteen singing about two gay men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, same. I don't see that. Instead, and I think Springsteen is more, in my opinion, he's more poetical than that. This is just, it's one of his most heartbreaking songs. And
Yeah,
when you see him singing it live, he's just, it's like he's an actor. He's just like, you know, and one of the best versions is from his performance at Hammersmith Odeon.
yeah,
And the way he sings these lines, he's screaming like, it's just a beautiful meditation on friendship and like the sadness of life that sometimes, and just that sometimes these friendships end.
right, right, right.
And I think we've all had those experiences. And
Oh yeah, yeah. We all have.
And I think the best one of the and again, there's an idea like similar to the Outcasts on the back streets. Um, I love, we swore forever friends on the back streets until the end, hiding, and he keeps repeating at the final end of the song, hiding on the back streets, right?
Yeah.
The back streets was always it was, and we know back streets are scary,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
The back alleys or like the areas where people don't travel, right? Hence
Oh
back.
yeah. Yeah.
But they formed a friendship, and obviously we have another line here. And this is more now, more evidence that this is a romantic relationship,
Hmm.
right? And in a way, it's innocent because Bruce, like I said, he wasn't in the deep relationships for
No.
a really high poetical song. And he goes slow dancing in the dark on the beach at Stockton's Wing, where desperate lovers park. We sat with the last of the Duke Street Kings.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's so romantic.
And
It's
it's interesting. He says dancing in the dark.
right, right. And I would wonder if he was inspired later with his song "Dancing in the Dark."
Probably
Yeah,
took it,
yeah.
from that lyric.
Yep. But this is so Shakespearean. It's again, I think it's one of Bruce's greatest songs. I mean, you're gonna talk about the music pretty soon.
Yeah.
I always view it definitely friendship, yeah, but more where these two lovers meet in the back streets, they promise they're gonna be together forever, but instead it doesn't go that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
that's my take on the song. So,
No,
but so
I think it makes perfect sense. I think that was a good analogy. I'm glad I got the vibe though, because I'm always with Bruce and Dylan. Great piano opening, very emotional, theatrical.
yeah.
Organ comes in, very Dylan. The organ. Like, did you say that that's what you had said, right?
Well, that's interesting how you said that because one of the interesting like what did I mention? Oh yeah, it's interesting because I learned this when I was researching for this song
Yeah.
that the line was taken from the song called Positively Forestry, which is a good
Right.
song, by the way.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to it,
I
it's a
gotta I gotta look that one up.
and became a hit. It kind of has like a Rolling Stone vibe,
Hmm.
like a Rolling Stone.
Right. Right. Yeah.
The whole song, I think it's like an indictment on like I think one of Dylan's like girlfriends or something or something like that. Like he's so I don't know if he took the Oregon line from it, but it's fascinating how yeah the song has also a Dylan aspect to it in a way.
Yeah. I had Dylan, Oregon. Then the mellow verse, nice chorus, great hits with the band, nice melodic bass line.
Mhm.
Gets proggy at times. I love
I
the
would think so.
piano theme. Great bridge. Um, Amazing vocals. Great storyline. Ending with chorus and organ, and the bass really stands out at the end, and it starts to get proggy again at the end. It gets very
Mhm.
proggy, which is cool.
Mhm.
A great song. Really,
Corey Talon's bass is really it's so in the mix. You can
he is. I gotta say, he's underrated. I mean, you don't hear about him when you hear about the greats.
yeah.
You never, you hear the Gettys, Chris Squires, John Entwistles, but he's one of those guys that um, like he's almost well, he's better than this guy, but like Cliff Williams, right, from AC/DC.
Hmm.
You wouldn't think much of him, but like he doesn't do a lot of cool lines. But without that guy, he holds that whole band together. He drives that band, and he's another guy that he does some cool stuff, but he's like a Gary Talents. Like you don't really hear, you don't as a bass player, you're not gonna say, oh yeah, Cliff Williams is my guy. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
or Dusty Hill from ZZ Top. Yeah, he's. But they're great friggin' bass. They're really underrated bass players out there.
It's funny, Bruce in his when he was describing Gary Talent, he compares him to Bill Wyman, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
And he says
Yep.
quiet, understated, but he's very reserved, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's not known, which but is a shame because he is one of the greatest bass players,
Yeah.
and he has
And,
so much
and
talent.
Bill Wyman too. Another one who is a phenomenal bass player,
Him
but
and Charlie Watts, they're
the
like the
rhythm section,
backbone.
nobody sounds like that, you know. But once again, from that era, you're gonna get McCartney, you're gonna get Jack Bruce,
Yeah.
you're gonna get Felix Pappalardi from Mountain, you're gonna get Greg Ridley from Humble Pie, all these bands from the '70s, John Paul Jones. Bill uh, Wyman doesn't come up a lot as you know,
He-
but I gotta say to you bass players out there, I've studied Bill Wyman. I learned a ton of Stone songs. Good luck learning his lines note for note. Very unorthodox player, a lot like Phil Lesh. Very different than Phil Lesh, but his style is crazy. It's very, and he does cool shit like in Jumping Jack Flash. Boo doo boo doo doo doo. That kind of stuff. Very melodic. I love Bill Wyman. He had a great band. I think they were called the Rhythm Kings. I saw them open up for somebody at Jones Beach years ago. They're really good.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. I met the organ player at the Temple. Believe it or not,
Wait, what was the organ player's name?
forget his name. He was this English dude. And I had seen the Rhythm Kings, and started to talk to this woman who was English, and we're just hitting it off. And then she said, we're talking about music, and she goes, "Oh, my husband's in a band." I said, "Oh, he's pretty famous." And I think he might have, I forgot who he played with. I think he played with Van Morrison at one point too. She said, "Oh, the Rhythm Kings." I'm like, "I just saw them. It was like a month ago or something. I just saw those guys, and he was cool. He was a really nice guy, shook my hand. Hey, mate, nice to meet you, kind of thing. Then he was like, "Fuck off then."
And he was, what was it with that accent? What would you say the England's,
No, he was a bit more proper than say Paul Diano, that proper.
he was probably, fuck you very much then.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, "All
Fuck
right,
you very much then.
hey, piss off now." you know. And
Just
he's
give my bloody hand.
I was actually in produce at the time. I remember. I met all the famous people in produce. You know. Uh,
Yeah.
so now the title track, and probably in my opinion.
Oh, do one thing before we leave
Oh yeah.
Backstreets. It ends side one,
Mhm.
and I view it as the emotional centerpiece of the album,
Yes.
right in the middle. And then, yeah, now we get to probably one of the most famous songs of
Oh
all.
God. I would say next to like More Than a Feeling or
Yeah, it
think like
joined those ranks.
you know Stairway to Heaven, Sweet Home Alabama, Smoke on
Layla,
which one? Layla. Yeah.
Hotel California, these songs that transcend their genre.
This one is in the top three.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. Um, so a very successful single. It was 23 on the top 100 of Billboard greatest songs ever written. He got the. You know where he got the title from?
I think he got it from, oh, I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it like a movie?
No, a dream. He
Or
dreamt
was
it.
it? Oh, that's right. It was a dream. No, no, you're right. You're right. Yep, yep.
Similar to Alex on La Villa Stingato. He dreamt the music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, and he started with that idea of Born to Run and
yeah,
crafted a song around that.
yeah. It's a love letter to a girl named Wendy.
Mhm.
He's in love with her. He wants to escape with her from the pressures of life. Tramps
Mhm.
like us were born to run. I love that line. Um,
Iconic.
it's totally iconic. It's an anthem for wanting to escape, the weight and pressure of life, the
Mhm.
promise of freedom on the horizon for those working long hours again, the working class, in factories. They need to feel the thrill and escape. Two young lovers who are out and they want to break free of their life and escape and have adventure. That's my analysis on that.
Yeah, pretty. I think you got it. And just to add, it's an anthem of freedom. It tramps like us, baby, we were born to
Yeah,
run.
yeah,
It's love, it's romantic, it's desperation. I mean, I always view this album as a concept album, right? And
yeah.
the whole album, Bruce Springsteen even has said it could take place on one hot New Jersey night, for example.
The whole album. Yeah,
And this is Bruce Springsteen. He's so poetic, so romantic. It's sort of like similar to Rosalita,
yeah, yeah,
where it's like, trance like us, baby, we were born to run, right? Like,
yeah,
um, and it's very also blue collar because, yeah, you got all the meanings. I think you got it.
yeah,
It's an anthem about the desperate desire to escape from like how the working class are limited, stifling opportunities.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so this is Bruce Springsteen's like pretty much like it could be a temple anthem or like a blue collar anthem. Tramps like
yeah.
us, they
And
will always run.
not to go back to 10th Avenue Freeze, but I kind of have that in my head now. And we were playing the other night at Freebirds, Pottersfield BX. Shout out to those guys. And I sent you some videos. And we're locking in and we're playing. And I had a 10th Avenue Freeze moment. I
Mm.
was like, man, we're sounding so good. The band's, kicking ass and rocking. And I'm like, I get 10th Avenue Freeze now. I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
you know and those are, you always don't get those moments, but maybe because just did the podcast, but I had that in my head, and I've
Mm.
never really had that in a long time. uh
Right.
Maybe the last time I had that kind of feeling was, I always have it with Pottersfield, but maybe with the band called Deep River Meltdown
Mm.
years ago. But all the other bands I've been in, it's always just been more of a job, that kind of thing. With Pottersfield, it's like 10th Avenue Freeze.
Mm.
Was that?
Yeah, it's good. That's a good kind of like spiritual connection.
Yeah, yeah. um
Um, and then I love, and then none of you, I think you said this, but the song uses romanticized imagery of cars.
yeah.
And it's funny, it just does a little blurb in his autobiography. Dude, he didn't know how to drive for the longest time.
He didn't know how to drive.
No.
Oh, he's worse than me. I was
Yeah.
32.
Yeah. No, he got around hitchhiking.
Yeah, that was the thing.
They people did
I'm
it back.
glad he didn't run into Ed Kemper.
Ooh, right. Right. But in this case, it's just fascinating. And it speaks to Springsteen as a poet, where the imagery of cars and highways represents, freedom and redemption.
Yeah,
So in this album, it's like there's a huge theme that Bruce Springsteen later, and we're going to explore this. But it's just funny how we started with Nebraska, where that highway leads nowhere.
yeah, yeah,
These albums are sort of like concept albums.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nebraska, though, he takes a cynical, dark turn, and turns out that, these trams go on a highway that doesn't end. It's flat, it's black and white.
yeah.
So there's so many layers of meaning with this. And I love how you say, addressing the girlfriend Wendy, right? Wendy, I love the characters, the names he gives them.
He gives a story. He gives you when you hear it in the song. I knew a girl named Wendy, so she popped in my head. You know what I mean? If you know that
Right.
name, I knew a guy named Terry. That's why I said Terry. I also knew a girl named Terry.
Right.
So it's like he paints that picture. Dylan paints a picture too, but then Dylan would be tramps like us on the highway, but then there's a leprechaun who gave me a green apple, but I wouldn't eat it because there was a worm in it.
Right. And I think with Dylan, though, that's his sort of like absurdism because what Dylan does, and especially back then, actually, Springsteen did the same thing. He did the same thing, but this time he sharpened his writing.
Right,
It's
right.
just sort of them evolving as songwriters.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's really great. It's about escaping their suffocating town, right? Their town is suffocating them. Um, and it's kind of sweet because there might be a chance that these two characters might never leave, right? Like
yeah,
physically leave. Bruce Springsteen keeps saying, born to run. Like, baby, we were born to run. That spirit. It's so youthful. It's so innocent.
yeah,
For me, it's always beautiful. Like the song has an emotional center. Um, the characters, especially the narrator, want something more,
Yeah.
right? And I love how he says fleeing a death trap. Like if they stay and get like, how the 9 to 5, like we talked about this Middletown Dreams.
Oh God. You
Where
know, and you think about like, thank God we have our dreams. We get to do what we got to do, and Bruce Springsteen would be proud of us.
oh
And,
yeah. Yeah.
because like, you know, we are the characters too in his lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, you have a great full-time job that you love, but when you clock into the factory, you're a slave for 8 hours, and you just want to have to get out to like hang out with your friends, or you want to do a podcast, you want to play gigs, you want to do your thing, and we're lucky we have that.
Mhm.
Not going home talking about the metrics, and
I agree with you, dude. That's a death trap. I mean, and no offense, that ain't the American dream. I feel
oh
like people like Middletown Dreams, people forget. Like the moment your dreams die,
yeah.
damn. And actually, Bruce Springsteen, you know this. Later, he's gonna explore those themes.
Well, I think for me, even like, you could get trapped into marriage and stuff, and your dreams have to die. They don't have to die. Like, let's
Right.
just Middletown Dreams, okay? For instance, you can still do what you want to do just because you're married and have a family, and sometimes people give up on with their passion. And
Right.
you have to be the greatest father, and you have to go to work and stuff, but that doesn't mean your dream could die, both male and female. you
Well,
know
I feel like that happens when, and Bruce Springsteen talks about this, like when we're gonna be exploring the River album, where he sort of looks at like, let's say
River explains that.
the River song was based on his sister who
Got
got
pregnant and stuff.
a
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
and pretty much her life was
Yeah.
dreams kind of stopped.
Yeah.
I don't know how she would feel, but I think, you're right. I think people, when marriage wise, like there are some folks, and we know them from the temple where they end up maybe being with the wrong girl and having a kid with them.
Oh yeah. And
And it just crushes their dreams. And I guess they try to be good fathers and sacrifice whatever dreams they had. And we know them, the Middletown
and
people.
I could say for me, it's hard to serve two masters. I was always my master was music, and
Yeah.
and I wanted the family. I wanted to be like Rush. I wanted to be like Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, have a family and do the music. And I was just a little bit too much in love with playing. And
Right.
of course, you know, my wives were into it in the beginning, but then you get married and you're like, I got to go play again. I got to go play again. I got to go spend 2 hours practicing. I got to go to rehearsal. Then it takes away, and to them, if they're supportive of it, they're gonna be okay. But if they're not, you're destined for a breakup. So
Mhm.
don't fall in love with your bass, people. It's not a good thing.
I mean, you're gonna have to choose between two loves, and actually, that's one of the reasons. Just to make things a little religious, but a lot of people slam why are priests celibate, right? The
Yeah.
problem is, one of the problems is, let's say someone wants to become a priest, but they want to marry. They have to choose between two loves. They
Hmm.
can't love their wife and love
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
and shepherd His flock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing with also passions. I mean, that's actually one of the reasons why I think a lot of musicians sadly don't have fulfilling marriages.
Well,
A lot of the
when
men,
we like when I was in bands and we were younger, and the excuse was, oh, I can't make it tonight because my girlfriend and I are going out, or but I said, oh, we had practice already. Yeah, but I'm like, well, we got to rethink this guy. Valentine's Day, dude, we got a gig, bring her along. You know what I mean? Like
and we know this. Yeah, it's an interesting dilemma where, um, and I feel you know this as you get older. I'm getting older. Like you realize, damn, like, and especially marriage. I mean, that's another you know.
Well, marriage is a beautiful thing,
Oh
and
no,
I'm not
when done
knocking
right,
it,
it's beautiful,
but
and I agree with you. You guys have a marriage couple has to be on the same
you
page.
have to. And then
It's sad when you see a lot of these, and Bruce Springsteen will end up singing about this. When a guy impregnates a girl at such a young age, you're not ready,
yeah,
that level of commitment, and dude can't go to college because he has to take care of, uh,
yeah,
but going back to Born to Run,
yeah,
it's
yeah. We were drinking.
romantic, it's freedom.
Oh yeah,
There's an interesting also dichotomy between hope versus reality,
yeah.
in that, and that's what's so brilliant about this song. It's hopeful.
Oh
I
yeah,
the main iconic line, like "Tramps like us, baby, we were born to run."
yeah,
It with Wendy and the lyrics, and if you listen to the song and look at the lyrics, they might get out. There's a chance.
yeah.
That's like the main theme. You seen the movie The Graduate?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. With
Remember the
Dustin,
ending? Remember the ending when Dustin Hoffman's character goes away with his
Mrs.
daughter,
Robinson, they play in that.
Mrs. Robinson's daughter, and
Yeah,
then he crashes the wedding, takes her, but then the movie doesn't tell you what happens
yeah,
because
yeah,
there's a possibility they made. So it's like, again, beautiful song. It represents Bruce Springsteen's high poetic, romanticized vision of the world.
yeah,
It's poetic, it's transcendent. It's also a voice for the underdogs, like the
yeah,
temple workers.
yeah,
Um, and that's the way I saw it when I first got exposed to the song in high school. I was listening to it and it had something. And
yeah,
when he kept saying, like, tramps like us, baby, we were born to run, I realized it's not like, it's just to make a little comparison. Rap was popular when I was growing up in high school, right?
yeah,
So yeah, we had songs like Lil Wayne's Lollipop, where the lyrics go like, she licked me like a lollipop. Like,
yeah,
or another example is any like I'm trying to think the popular songs at the time. Like mostly it was hip hop, a lot of techno too, the
yeah,
drug
yeah.
EDM culture, which I did not identify with that.
Well,
I
me, it's funny because certain Temple member, I'll say his name, DJ Daquan. We there's a band out there. I'm gonna admit I like them. They're like borderline techno, the Chain Smokers, and we always argue about them because they,
why?
they remind me of the Swedish House Mafia, who had
Okay.
very nice spiritual, positive lyrics. You
Well,
know?
the chain smokers are interesting. Well,
Well, I like
they're
them.
all part of the same crew. Like Swedish House Mafia were, in that EDM world.
But their lyrics are beautiful. Have you ever like listened to their lyrics? It's like poetry.
Well, the thing with the chain smokers, I don't know who helped them, but before that, they got famous because of a song called "Let Me Take a Selfie."
Oh, yeah, I only know a few of them.
So
I don't
yeah,
know.
they're definitely interesting.
I like
You know,
well,
and don't get me wrong, like there's like you remember Calvin Harris, he was
oh
big.
that era
Rihanna.
of EDM I love.
Hold on, dude.
Uh,
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
yeah,
I'll pause. Oh yeah, so now I guess let's move on to the music now.
yeah. Music is amazing. Classic opening riff, steady beat, steady rhythm, great chord progression, great pre-chorus, amazing chorus. Born to Run. So many cool guitar motifs in it that are going on. There's a great story, nice piano with arpeggios in the pre-chorus. One of the best radio songs I think ever written. And Clarence probably does his greatest sax solo ever on
Mm.
this. So many great dynamics. Then they go back to the second pre-chorus. Then that crazy, I call it the rush prog part. You know. Then the dynamics, it gets low. they get like really low. But you know that part I'm talking about where it goes up chromatically, like down, 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 you know, and that's like amazing. And then he stops and he counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he goes right into that verse again. Um, and then he, you know, sings over the chorus. You know, keys go back to the main motif. It's a wall of sound. He got that wall of sound on this song, and a very great Dwayne Eddy guitar part and inspiration. So he got the wall of sound on this song. He succeeded. You know, I think that's one of the greatest songs. I think it might be my favorite Bruce Springsteen song. One of my favorites.
Okay, we had some technical difficulties. I had to break out the, F you very much bit, but
Yeah,
we are back. So anyway, so Born to Run, yeah, dude, it's epic. I think it's probably one of the greatest songs of all time.
I agree.
For those of you that have not listened to it, I was saying that it made an impact on me because I was coming from, and by the way, when I was growing up, Chainsmokers was kind of a thing, but not really. But the
Yeah,
music was all like Kesha, Taylor Swift, Lil Wayne was on the rise.
yeah.
Chris Brown, we had this funny back and
Oh
forth.
God, we won't go there.
He had one song where it's like, "She want that loving, loving kiss, kiss."
Yeah.
But then I heard this song, um, "Born to Run." Dan, 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 dan. And I'm like, what song is this? And then just from like the first lyrics, and mind you, I was first generation immigrant. My dad was a bus driver. We were not rich at all. So when I hear lyrics like, um, just to pull out the lyrics there, in the day we sweated out on the streets of a runaway American dream. At night we ride through mansions of glory and suicide machines. And mind you, I had no idea what he was talking about,
Right, right,
but I knew he was speaking to me, but I couldn't get
yeah,
like articulate how's he doing this.
yeah.
Sprung from cages out on Highway 9, chrome wheeled, fuel injected, stepping out over the line. Baby, this town rips the bones from your back. It's a death trap. And he goes, it's a suicide rap. We gotta get out while we're young. And then because tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. And
Yeah.
me, 18-year-old, 17-year-old Manny, I'm like, yo, this song is speaking to me where Lil Wayne is not.
Oh no,
Right.
no.
And just it speaks to the power of this song. I had no idea that the song was about cars, for example.
Yeah,
Springsteen uses the car imagery to um and I had a good upbringing. High school was fantastic,
yeah.
but I was trying to look for music that spoke to me. All right.
Right, 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 right.
And like I said, in Latin Spanish speaking world, it's even worse. It's reggaeton.
Oh,
Reggaeton doesn't, I mean, don't get me wrong, it has its merits, but they're talking about, like
well, sex.
money.
Not, not that like glam metal isn't sex, but like, or Motley Crue was like 10 Seconds to Love and stuff. But not every song was about trying to hook up with a girl.
Yeah.
Reggaeton. I don't speak Spanish, but from what I'm told, it's all about that. And I don't really.
No, no, no. That's the thing. So imagine this.
I like the rhythms. I like Daddy Yankee's rhythms, and there's this other guy that I keep hearing, Bad Bunny. He's like,
Funny. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, the females, I guess, in the way that if you're trying to chase tail, you gotta listen to the music and learn to dance. I mean, there's
yeah,
no other way. But for me, like Springsteen, I've always viewed life as more than that, right? And when I was growing up in high school, the music that you had a lot. EDM was reigning. A lot
yeah.
of people, kids my age, the cool kids were going to like clubs, and by the way, they're underage, by the way, but they're going to clubs in New York, taking Molly, drugs. And I was like, I
Oh,
don't.
I know all about Molly. I worked with Alan.
Well, Alan was probably part of that crew.
Oh, he was,
Just to give you an idea, and
and he turned me on.
maybe he still is, by the way, but
He
you're
turned
right.
me,
'Cause I know he's back in the DJ EDM.
yeah, but he turned me on to so many of those great bands like Marshmello and Dead Mouse. I was unaware of these things. Being a metalhead and a prog
That
head.
makes sense. Yeah, no, and it definitely was a young thing. I mean, like I said, like just to let you know, like you had Bruno Mars was there just the way you are.
He's great.
these are songs, Firework, Katy Perry, uh, Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO. But like these are some, but, these were songs that were popular at the
Yeah,
time. But for me, I never rock, and especially this song was one of the first songs where I was like, it's speaking to me, and
yeah,
it inspired me so much. I began looking more into Bruce Springsteen, and I wanted to be just like him.
yeah, yeah,
Style, everything. I didn't realize. I was like, whoa, like even that iconic line, like "Baby tramps like us, baby, we were born to
yeah,
run."
yeah.
Kind of, like I said, it's a great song. It's probably my one of the greatest songs of all time.
I think so. In the rock
He
radio,
went to the wall of sound. He perfectly copied the
this
wall.
is the perfect song for the Wall of Sound. I don't think anyone's ever come close to it. You know what I mean? Like,
No, not it. I'll be honest with you. And you as a musician, the music among all the songs, like I always say, like Bruce Springsteen is so interesting because, and again, it's funny how we started with Nebraska, Stark,
opposite.
Dylan, early Dylan, harmonica, acoustic, maybe
Yep.
electric, but very rockabilly style.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just funny how we started there. And again, I guess Bruce Springsteen is trying to escape what he built on Born to
Yeah.
Run. He built this sound that in 70s records I have yet to hear.
Right.
The
Right.
only one that kind of comes close, but only one song is 10 cc's I'm Not in Love, where
Yeah.
these layers of sound. You can kind of hear it on Springsteen. A lot of
Yeah.
critics were saying on that Born to Run record, and especially Born to Run, that the production is too busy. There's too much going on. But I feel like that's what Bruce Springsteen was trying to replicate, that wall of sound, that 1950
Yeah.
rock.
And
That
he did. It does. It has that '50s rock sound to it. Somewhere it's in there. It's hard to explain, but it's
it's
there.
a 1950s rock record in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Bruce Springsteen. So and again, this album is so special, and um, I don't know if you would agree with this. Before we move on to Leave Born to Run, he goes on to obviously greater things,
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
but he never replicated a sound like Born to Run again.
No. No.
Kind of sad because I feel like he could have. Um, I don't know if we're gonna talk about his record at following Born in the USA, Tunnel of Love.
Um. Is that the one with "Hey little girl in the
That's
sun"?
Born to you. That's Born in the USA. That's I'm on fire.
Wow. Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
one, there's another record. Maybe we could do an episode on it to get your reaction on it.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But my point is that Born to Run is so operatic. It is so romantic. It is so wall of sound. He never again does it.
No,
This whole record, it's like a one-time deal, and again, that character is on the cover.
yeah.
He's
He's the guy. He's
leather jacket, torn clothing.
Lady and Clarence. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Right. Amazing song, and I love it. I just want to talk about like how for our listeners out there, I think in my Manny's top five of all time music, Born to Run is there.
And I think as a single on radio, it's in the top five up there with More Than a Feeling. You know,
And it joined the ranks of those famous songs that
yeah.
everybody knows. I mean,
Hotel California, like you said, those classic, like,
Stairway to Heaven,
yeah,
La,
like early to mid '70s songs. It's there. It's there to
you know
me.
what's interesting too, Cheech? Nothing sounded the sound on the record, nothing sounded like it. And
Yeah,
like Bruce Springsteen definitely, he's so brilliant, and he gave power back to American rock.
yeah.
Because for a while it was a British invasion in a way.
Oh yeah, Zeppelin, Sabbath, Purple.
Right, right. Bruce Springsteen came and it became known as Heartland rock, but which I love that title, like Heartland, and Tom Petty too. But Tom Petty wasn't, he's really great. Damn
He
it.
was a little later after this.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but he still released records. He
yeah.
had interesting like
He had a
Bird.
band before the
Oh,
Heartbreakers.
yeah, that's always his band, the Heartbreakers.
No, a band before that he was in.
Okay, okay.
I forget their name, but they released the
By the way, Bob Seger too. Like he
Bob
was
Seger, another
these
one.
were like Heartland rock, and Bob Seger took some time before he made it big.
Yeah, love Bob Seger.
My point is Bruce Springsteen, like he returned rock back to America.
Yeah, he did. He
And
did.
Born to Run is a song about the American dream. I love it. It's probably like I was listening to it this morning on a walk. Almost brought tears to my eyes how beautiful it is. Like
Yeah.
it's in I love how he says proggy too. Like what he
Oh,
was doing and this song he it took I think I'm kind of foggy on this memory, but 9 months to record just this song alone, trying to get it perfect.
wow.
Springsteen is, and then just reading his biography, he was such a perfectionist. He
Yeah.
every sound. He even said on another documentary that every sound was composed, even to the drums.
Wow.
Drums were not played by Weinberg, but and his Boom Carter, his drum. This is the only one that he kind of plays drums on. Like it's kind of like
Yeah.
very busy, right? Like it's
Yeah. Yeah. It's
great.
prog, like Neil almost.
Yeah, yeah, and I love how you say it's this album. I argue that Born to Run is a prog rock album. It's proggy. It's a concept album.
Yeah. And it has theatrical themes.
Yeah, even the singing and
It's almost a Tommy vibe.
yeah, and it's funny. Bruce Springsteen. You know how Dylan's like, yeah, I ain't gonna work on Maggie's
Yeah.
farm. Or this one, Bruce Springsteen does this interesting thing where he's like, "Ramps like us, baby, we were born to run." Like he sings
Gutter
it
here.
more guttural. The other
Yeah.
one, oh, like and then he also is before we go on the back streets, like I don't know, like he's like screaming back streets with a love so hard and Bill, and then he goes back to the guttural, like such
And
a
how,
style. I don't know if you
how,
noticed.
how did the guy in Early in the Years sing, Manny?
We gotta do a freeform episode. We just
Love this song. No diss to the Donald Fagen or whoever.
ruined it for me because I got in this impersonation. Your everlasting brother, never see you better.
Fucking funny shit,
I
man.
like him too. Like he's like this. He looks like an alien.
I know. I know. Creepy dudes.
I'm not making fun of. I just think like first of all, he's cool. He's much cooler
Oh,
than
oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know. We talked about that a lot of the AM Gold records. They look like child pedos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bruce Springsteen does not look like a child pedo on the
He
cover.
looked like the Fonz, you know, he would kick your ass, you
Oh,
know.
and with next to dude, and next to Clarence Clemens, a guy who's definitely kick your ass.
Oh man, the big man, you know.
Like
Definitely.
I love how he's leaning like that. Like he's like that's his boy.
Yeah. That
You know,
was awesome, you know.
great. It's great. But let's go. And I know. Let's go on to the next one. I know this is one of your favorites. I love this song. She's
Yeah.
the
She's
nine,
one.
1950s rock and roll.
Definitely, definitely.
You know that Bob Diddley shuffle?
Yep. I have that. Do I have yep, I definitely have that in there. Was a B side to 10th Avenue Freeze. You probably knew that. He was not sure to put it on the album,
That's a mistake.
and there was many versions recorded. It's about an attractive, cold-hearted woman who causes massive emotional turmoil for him. It almost reminds me of a Zeppelin lyric in a
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
but more romantic. Like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
beat the custard pie.
exactly.
It's more like she's the one.
Yeah,
She'll like more
that,
not. It's still a little sleazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, a little bit,
yeah,
but more romantic.
and a little bit emotional, you know. She's a liar, and he wants to believe her. Um, there's both joy and love and heartache in the story. It's told as a flashback. Do you get that? That he's thinking. It's more of a thinking. Is that
Yeah, yeah. Even the concept of it, she's the one.
yeah?
Like
And I
she's like reflecting on it.
reflection, right? And then I have it has a Bo Diddley riff, and also some Buddy Holly influence.
Yeah, yeah.
Romantic, nostalgic lyrics. There's love, vulnerability, um, searching for a connection. You know, imagery and metaphor of the woman has freedom and independence. Could it be about the Diane girl?
It
Was it?
could be. And you know what's weird though? Just reading his autobiography, he had a lot of women. Like
Yeah,
so, and like I say, it could be an amalgamation, like
yeah,
mix of, she's the one. I mean, there's also no doubt that there's like it's like that classic like Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, like the songs where they romanticize certain women, and they
right,
end rock and roll pantheon of like
yeah.
legend characters like Peggy Sue. You probably know more.
O'Donna by
Right,
Ballad.
right, right. Right.
There's so many classic songs like that.
I like the I don't, do you have any other thing on the lyrics or song?
No, that's pretty much all I got. Yeah, about like a sort of a stuck-up girl that's been around.
No, actually, it's funny. The stuck up is really funny because, and actually, Billy Joel will kind of echo that type of song in his song from um the song was called why am I blanking on the name? Uptown Girl, which is
Yeah,
kind of similar.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if he was inspired by this, but it has a similar lyrical vibe to it. But
Almost like she's too good for him, kind of
I
thing.
know this because one of the funniest, and this song is very funny if you pay attention.
Right.
Um, one of the lines that are really hilarious, I think this funny, and she's stuck up where he says, because with her soft French cream, standing in the doorway like a dream, uh, but French cream won't soften them boots.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
sort of like, she's obviously beautiful, using French creams, probably smells good, but
yeah,
definitely someone you got to be careful with.
yeah.
Uh, oh,
To
and
be,
it's so good. You're right. It's so romantic. And if anybody, and I gotta send you the video, Cheech. And just my quick note before I move on to that, but has I always saw like a Bo Diddley beat. Ching, ching, ching.
yeah, yeah. I have the music. I could go with
And
that.
and it has like a raw energy. And actually, the Hammersmith Odeon concert performance is I have to I'm gonna pull Joe Silkman is like the live version is better than the album version
Wow.
because it opens up with her. And you'll talk about the music, but in the
Yeah.
live version, Bruce Springsteen harmonica, like he's on the harmonica.
Right.
And then it goes, and then you hear those beautiful organ. I'm not sure if it's Dan Federici or Roy Benton that's playing. Na, 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 na. And then it's dun, 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 dun. He's singing that guttural like
Yeah.
voice.
I like.
And then he unleashes the E Street Band.
Yeah. They explode.
Honestly, it's like musical orgasms. Like there's nothing like it. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna send you the video so you can kind of see. And Bruce Springsteen is giving like his all. Like he literally blows those London, like those British, stuck ups away. Like it's just one of them. It's better than the album version, even though the album version is beautiful too.
Yeah. That happens with a lot of songs. The live song is so much better.
Yeah.
You know. Um.
And that's why like when we see these like rappers live, I'm like, I'm like, so
I
why?
will. I'm not even gonna go there. I've been arguing with the youngins at the temple.
My only argument is that if you see a rapper live, a rapper, it's like remember how back in the days people used to go to clubs to watch poets recite
Yeah.
poems.
Yeah.
Okay, I can kind of see that,
Yeah.
but my like it's not. I'm just thinking like most people. Well, I'm not gonna
I
single out.
I tried to show the youngins a great video I saw because I've been on this Reels kick. I've been going up crazy. Me and Glenn have been going back and forth with old NBA, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, old rap. I found Cool Mo D, Special K, these old school rappers battling Run DMC. And it's the coolest fucking thing ever.
Well, see, I see for rap, and just I mean, I'm not a rapper, like that meme. I'm not a rapper, but all I'll say is that, the live performances, if you're gonna do a song live,
Yeah,
you know, you if you're not playing instruments, right? I
right.
and if you, so hopefully you're not using auto tune or something like
No,
pre-recorded. Like it's so sad because a lot of young people pay money to see these artists and they're terrible.
no. Like, but when you see old rappers like Run DMC, if you see this clip, they're performing. They're old rappers performed.
Well, that's what they have to do, and if they're gonna be performers, I think one of the best ways is rap battles, which it's
Yeah, yeah.
nowadays you don't see that often.
No,
Because people don't know how to rap. I
it,
mean,
it,
no,
it, it
rapping is like it's a poetic form.
yeah.
Well, but anyway, I'll take too much jabs on. But anyway, yeah, the live version, she's the one. Hammersmith Odeon. I'll send you a video. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah. Mellow intro, nice keyboards, cool guitar strums, powerful, cool chorus. Um, Let me see what else there. It has a long intro. That's the thing. It's a pretty long intro. Then the band kicks in, like you said. after that long intro, Bo Diddley feel. The piano goes into a funky section that gets funky. In the middle, there's a great sax solo. And then in between the song, the lyrics, there's like guitar solos going on. Solos go back and forth. And it sounds like the Who a little bit. And it had that old school like rock and roll vibe.
Yeah, raw energy. Yeah. If
Raw.
anything, it's a great and apart from obviously talking about a girl, it's also perfectly describes summer romance.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a raw energy in the song too. Like it's just and it's interesting. I don't know what Cheech, what do you think? Why was he so why was he not going to include in the album? I always found that interesting.
That's a good question. Sometimes you're just not feeling a song in the studio and then you regret it. Like when Cream wrote Sunshine of Your Love, Ahmet Artiget, who's genius and had a great ear he discovered everybody, he hated it. He said, I want blues from you guys. And they're like, no, we're putting out Sunshine of Your Love. That's our single. We're not going to do a blues album. So, sometimes people hear things differently,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no, Bruce Springsteen's infamous for that. He's such a perfectionist.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he
Yeah.
must and my other theory is that the song kind of sticks out from the rest
Yeah.
in that it has that wall of sound for sure.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like those songs where it's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
The one, like it's very upbeat. Like, but I'm glad he did because this whole album is like a ode to 1950s rock.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
All
Um,
right, next
so,
song, very cinematic. We take things, we slow down.
yes, Meeting Across the River. B-side to what song?
Was this the B side to Born to Run, right? Which is so
Yeah,
weird.
exactly.
That is so weird how this is the B side. Like it because Born to Run will blow the song away. Not I'm not saying that this is a bad song. It's just like
Yeah.
just
Most B-sides weren't that good when you go back in the day and you bought a 45, if you remember, or singles. Most B-sides were just like, they're okay. Um, this could be a movie.
well, I was gonna say before you talk about the research. I always saw the song as like first of all, the cover is black and white. Do you know what a noir is, Cheech, in the movie world? A noir?
No.
Film noir? Remember those old black and white detective movies?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So in the movie world, that's called noir.
Like Alfred Hitchcock in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah, all
Yeah,
black and white.
yeah, yeah,
And even when color was introduced, people who did detective stories or like mysteries always still filmed in black and white. And the genre became known as a noir, right? So this song is so noirish, and it's almost like it's almost like a film scene. Like,
yeah.
and it's crazy because the cover is black and white.
Right, right.
Fascinating. Bruce Springsteen definitely had a cinematic theme with all these songs, black and white. And you gotta think about it. You go from "She's the One," right? You can picture it where a guy gets off work, right?
Yeah,
Hops in his like Buick or Mustang. I don't know anything about cars. Is with his friends. They stop at a burger joint, and then they see "She's the One," the girl like with the boots and then across the river you get this other story. Like you can see it. It's like one
yeah,
movie
yeah. Oh, it's a total movie. I love the names in it too.
getting across the river. Yeah,
Right.
Thunder Road, 10th Avenue Freeze Out, Night. Like it's
There's one character, and this is right out of a movie, a gangster movie. Well, I'll just break it down. It's about a low-level criminal down on his luck. He has one last chance at success. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Wait. Um. Oh no, I'm okay. This sounds like a movie too, but I was thinking of the next one as a movie. But
oh, that's yeah, cool. That's like the cinematic ending. But yeah, we'll go. This movie, this
yeah,
also.
this is about a low-level criminal down on his luck. He has one last chance at success. Him and his friend Eddie, they have a chance to make some money across the river. The character is desperate and he needs money. He needs Eddie to help him, to give him a ride. Now, his girlfriend doesn't want him to do this. and he pawns a radio to get some money. Now, if Eddie will help him, there will be consequences. So he's way over his head, and there's something bad that's going to happen. They need $2,000 for his girlfriend or something like that. That's what they got out of it. So originally, do you know what the song was called?
No. What's it called?
The heist.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
heist. Yeah, yeah.
So they meet a man across the river, and the man tells him and Eddie they have to do a robbery, and he wants the money, I guess, for his girlfriend. I don't know if I got it or
Yeah. No, I no, you got like the gist of it, like the
yeah,
lyrics.
yeah,
It's yeah, it's like you said, it's about two people. Eddie is named. Some sort of heist is gonna go on. And it's pretty serious because they're carrying something. I don't know if something.
yeah. They don't really say.
No, and like you said, the girlfriend is not happy about this,
Yeah,
and Eddie's Eddie's involved here. And you can tell it could probably it probably takes place in that Hudson River from New Jersey to New York.
yeah,
Meet
yeah,
them to meet in, New York. Um, I have an interesting note here that and the song is very like you said, it's cinematic. It's kind of like you can see the black and whiteness, noir,
yeah.
detective story, or not a detective story, but like you know, a film noir reel, right?
Right.
Has a jazzy sound to it, which is it kind of halts
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. Because you're
flow.
gonna have you're gonna have the Brecker brothers and Sanborn on this.
Yep, yep. And an interesting idea. Yeah, I think Bruce Springsteen definitely was maybe hearing this. The Velvet Underground's "I'm Waiting for the Man." It has a very similar.
Yeah,
You know that song, right?
I know that song. Yeah, Bobby's a big
Oh,
fan.
you guys should cover that song. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
waiting for it.
Lou Reed.
This is
Yeah.
the connections here. Um, just to pull out. I got the Beach Boys. Yeah, right. Hold on.
I'm just gonna put a light on. Hold on.
Yeah. So just to see like the connection here. Which also is about, and again, we don't know what dealing. It could be a drug deal. It could be like it could be like a robbery. We no really much detail. But I love how Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground says, I'm waiting for my man. Like it tells a story. Like $26 in my hand
Yeah.
till Lexington on 25th. Feel sick and dirty, dead, more than alive. And kind of, and he even introduced some like conversation. Hey, white boy, what you doing uptown? Hey, white boy, you chasing our women around? And then just come back to across the river. It's like very similar. Hey, Eddie, can you lend me a few bucks tonight? Can you give us a ride? Like it's very conversational.
Yeah, yeah,
I always love this line. I think we talked about this. Um, where I'll show you right now. Is this so hey Eddie, this guy, he's the real thing, right? Because this guy don't dance. In other words, he doesn't play, right? It's
yeah.
dangerous. And the word's been passed. This is our last chance. And then the other, we got to stay cool tonight, Eddie, because man, we got ourselves out on that line. And if we blow this one, they ain't gonna be looking for just me this time.
Right, right.
Feeling Eddie in.
There's something going on.
Right. And I love this where he's just like, and all we got to do is hold up our end. Here, stuff this in your pocket. It'll look like you're carrying a friend. And remember, just don't smile. And he goes like, change his shirt, because tonight we got style.
So that it's a gun that he with his
Yeah. No, but
yeah,
I just laugh where and Bruce Springsteen, you hear his voice where he says, and remember, just don't smile. And he's like, change your shirt, because tonight we got style.
yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing. It's so operatic. It's so cinematic. You can see it
Oh,
as stage play.
amazing. Musically, yeah, anything else?
No, 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 no. And yeah, you broke down the meaning, the basic meaning behind it.
I'm proud of myself. I'm surprised,
Yeah. Bruce Springsteen's easier. And
Yeah,
it's crazy because his songwriting got so strong where you can get a sense, like, unlike Bob Dylan, where Bob Dylan would be like, I'm waiting for the man. Oh man, look at that frog jump up the
I know, I know, I know. The Virgin Mary walked across the street with Robert
Virgin in Columbia sailing.
Johnson. Insane. Randy Brecker is on trumpet. Um, is on a trumpet solo in the beginning. There's a jazz vibe over the piano. Very different, slow, sad song. Piano triads. Bruce is telling a great story. Great vocals. No drums. There's no drums in the song.
Not at all. No, it's very sparse, but to the point, not sparse as in like there's nothing there.
Right.
It sounds like, how would I describe it? I mean, you just hear bass, trumpets.
Bass player is Richard Davis, a jazz bass player
Mm,
who they brought in. So he was going for that jazz vibe,
right.
which I think he really.
Yeah, yeah, and trumpet too. It literally sounds like, have you ever seen those noir soundtracks? Like very sparse, um, just what's needed. So
Yeah.
we go away from the Phil Spector wall of sound, busy production, more
Exactly.
now stripped.
Almost nothing, to like just.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I have here that regular bass guitarist Gary Talent.
Really?
Hold on, let me see. Oh no, you're right. He's playing the double bass. Richard Davis. Yep.
Yeah, he was a
I'm sorry.
jazz.
I'm sorry. Roy Bittan is on piano. He's the one. He's
Okay.
and
Yeah.
trumpet. Yeah.
Okay. You want to do Jungle Land?
All right. Yeah. So we have reached the conclusion. And before we start, this one, another one of his prog, maybe underrated prog rock,
God, yeah.
very proggy, but 9 minute epic, romantic tragedy, Shakespearean. And I have here also the ultimate street opera.
It is, and it's a movie. This is the one I was saying is a real. This could be Martin Scorsese movie, kind of thing.
And you're gonna talk about it. Probably contains one of the greatest sax solos of all time.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think it's long, right? It's
9 minutes. I mean, you gotta have some patience. It's an epic.
yeah.
But Bruce Springsteen, it's not boring.
No,
He doesn't let up. It's like a movie,
it's totally a movie.
and it's very. And let's see how you analyze it because this
Okay.
song is very Dylan-esque in that it's hard. This is one of his most complex songs lyrically, where you gotta know what he's talking about. Otherwise, it's not gonna make sense.
I have theatrical Tommy vibe on top as my note in my notes.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
A sense of desperate hope um, that slowly leads to despair and defeat. The character meets up with a barefoot girl who he tries to hook up with. He's driving a sleek machine over the Jersey state line, and the lyrics are of gang life and Magic Rat Man, who is a character. So he has to do with gangs.
Mhm.
There's conflict with the cops with Magic Rat Man, and Magic Rat Man dies in the tunnels uptown. He's gunned down, and that's the end of him. And we don't know what happens with the barefoot girl, but I put very Dylan. So it's about gang life, going into the shady side of town. He meets a girl, he has maybe romance, that kind of thing. I don't know if I did okay on that one or.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got like the sort of like the song at its surface,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I love what you said. You got the main characters. You have Magic Rat. Another funny one is Maximum Lawman.
Yeah.
I love Barefoot Girl, Midnight Gang. So you got it. And just to add a little bit more, the song, first of all, amazing conclusion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It mirrors the pattern of the entire Born to Run album.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
definitely.
it's like it begins with a desperate hope, right? And then and it ends so sad. Like And I just want to make a comparison here. But yeah, you did a great job. Got
Thank
got gangs. It definitely had New York.
Yeah, I got the bare bones, I think,
It has like a gangs of New York Martin Scorsese vibe. I know you mentioned
Oh,
Martin.
that's a great movie. Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's subconsciously what I was thinking.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then begins with desperate hope, and I love that idea, desperate hope. Same with Born to Run. There's a desperate
Oh
hope
yeah.
that
Yeah.
slides very slowly into despair and then eventually defeat. And I have here also, without going into much detail, because I want listeners to listen to the song and kind of figure out also like what do you see in the song. But um the song is also a big symbolic metaphor for like youth in America, the American dream,
Yeah.
right? And in the end, it's like you at one level you could take this song literally, where midnight gangs assemble, pick a rendezvous, fight for the night, right? There's an opera out on the turnpike. There's a ballet being fought out in the alley, until the local cops, cherry tops, rip this holy night, and then down in jungle land, right? So it's a poetic vision of New York City.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, and
And New York City was exactly that in 1975.
in a way, yeah. And it says you're outside the streets on fire in a real death waltz between what's flesh and what's fantasy. And the poets down here don't write nothing at all. They just stand back and let it all be. Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, there's a lot of poetic symbol. It's very Dylan in that
Yeah.
one level, like, yes, it could be about the gangs and but at another level, it's also about um sort of like he's singing about New York, the poets, the young people,
Yeah.
the jungle land out there,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm. Kind
Music.
of like the movie Warriors, something like that.
Yeah, dude, in a way, in a way, in a way. But yeah, it's probably one of the greatest songs. Maybe very underrated too,
Oh yeah.
in a way, because Born to Run eclipses it in a way.
And
But
it's interesting. It's a very different song too, musically.
very, and it's funny, the documentary had another version, like the opening, like Bruce Springsteen was playing around with openings.
Yeah.
He knew he was creating this epic song. And again, this song joins the ranks of like, epic songs um like Stairway to Heaven.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, definitely.
it's so beautiful. You hear the emotion, right? Um and even the way he sings, like he sings in this, like he's like an actor. Like he starts the song with, like, the Rangers had a homecoming in Harlem late last night,
Yeah.
very slow, and the rat and disappeared down Flamingo Lane, and then he's down in jaw, like in this great operatic
I
tone.
know.
Um, and it just ends in sadness though. Like there's something sad about the song at the end,
Yeah.
just the final lines, but they wind up wounded, not even dead. Like Middletown Dreams, dreamers, right?
Hmm.
You could see like the possible symbolism, like Maximum Lawman. Policemen stop the dreamer sometimes.
Yeah. They do put him in jail.
Yep.
Something.
And the kids out there living like shadows.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan and Like a Rolling Stone sings about the youth, and he said about himself, but Bob Dylan is smart. He's like, how does it feel to be without a home, to be a
Mm,
complete unknown, right?
exactly.
Midnight gangs assembled, pick a rendezvous for the night, and they meet neath the giant Exxon sign that brings this fair city light, right? These are the young people, out there, uh, local cops, ruin their fun. Um, Kids flash guitars just like switchblades. And that's another interesting idea. So again, they're hungry and the hungry and the hunted explode into rock and roll bands.
Right.
We saw this song as operatic New York City music scene. What Springsteen was.
CBGB's was just coming out at that time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mac-
And
Kansas City, all these great clubs that were happening,
yeah,
so yeah.
beautiful, a complex song. It's epic. It's cinematic lyrically. It's beautiful. It's just poetry of high form. It reads like a novel.
It totally does. Or like I said, the gangs of New York, like you said, that movie.
And I think there's an interesting line, the poets don't write don't and the poets down here don't write nothing at all. They just stand back and let it all be. They
Mm.
reach their moment and try to make an honest stand, the
Yeah.
poets. They wind up wounded, not even dead.
Yeah.
Tonight in jungle land, like Bruce Springsteen is saying, the dreamers, the poets, they're making a stand,
Oh yeah.
and uh, they don't end up dead, but they end up wounded, but they try to make an honest stand.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a reflection on like people who are dreamers.
Got you got to keep your dream alive.
Sir,
You can't have certain people try to destroy it who have no dreams,
seriously.
and that's what we face.
And I saw before we move on to the music, I saw Bruce Springsteen live with my mom. I know I told you. Um, a year ago, I think about.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, and he sang Jungleland live. And dude, let me tell you, like it was a starry night. It was at the stadium in New Jersey,
Wow.
and the song has a power. Lyrically, it's interesting. Like you said, you broke down what's on its surface, and it could be
Yeah.
about gangs. It
Yeah.
wonderful like what was that musical?
West Side Story.
West Side Story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bruce Springsteen definitely
It
increases.
it kind of has that vibe, you
Yep.
know. Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen increases the poetics and the music matches it. This is one of the rare instances with the music
Matches the lyrics exactly.
lyric
Yeah.
where Bruce Springsteen is creating mental movies, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Amazing. And I saw it in the live version was so amazing. It had
did he use the violin in the live version?
yeah, yeah, everything. Sax solo, Clarence Clemens. I believe that's his son, or I could be wrong. But whoever he had as young guy in sax, like it was beautiful.
Oh my God. So it's a very sad intro with a violin. I think it's Suzuki Land is her name. Piano, 9 minutes long. Classical piano triads, very theatrical. Then the band kicks in, very powerful. Um, and then it really hits hard in the middle. It sounds like a play, or like like I said, Tommy. Great drums, great guitar solo, and great rhythm going on. And then it goes back to the intro and it slows down. Great song.
Hmm.
Any comments on the music?
Oh no, I think you got it. And it has one of the greatest sax solos.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
First of all,
I forgot about. How could I forget
no,
that?
first of all, one of the greatest sax solos in rock history. But also one is Clarence Clemens. And I'll be honest with you, he never matches it. Like I said, like Born to Run, the whole album, but especially like sax solos like this,
Yeah.
Springsteen never replicates it, which is a
He
shame. Because
Clarence became more of an icon in the '80s than a musician.
Springsteen makes a comment that, and not you know what, even before the '80s, dude, Springsteen in his autobiography notes that once people saw Clarence Clemens on that cover, he became the big
Yeah.
man. Like
Yeah.
name associated. And another interesting thing about the sax solo is that it was overdubbed, and I have here. I love Clarence Clemens. He says here, all we could do was hold on, smoke a lot of pot, and try to stay calm, said Clemens, who spent 16 hours playing and
Oh
replaying
my God.
every note of his Jungle Land solo. Now think about this. Dude, you play bass. Imagine playing bass for 16 hours.
I have a theory about that. And I learned this from like Warren Haynes. And it was like when you're in the studio, if you don't get it on the first two takes, skip over it.
Right.
I was never one to do that because it put too much pressure on me. And it'd always be some dickhead engineer. Oh, you could do that better. You could do that better. you know. And I'd be like, no, I think I did it the best I could because I'm happy with it. But that was Mutt Lang with Def Leppard,
Yeah.
and also Martin Birch with Iron Maiden. I mean, there's rumors Bruce Dickinson smashed chairs because Martin Birch said you got to do it again. It's not good enough. And that's a producer that gets the best out of you. you know.
But what's fascinating here is that the producers were a mix of Mike Appel, I believe a little bit John Landau, a little bit, and
Yeah.
then Jimmy Iovine. Now, by the way, but the real producer was Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah,
He
definitely.
was the one that he was bad ear to sonic detail.
Yeah.
And like something again, like again until you
Hmm.
got it right.
Yeah.
No, he tortured Clemens, and I'm
And
cool.
it could be frustrating because you're trying your best,
Yeah,
and then you think it sounds good. I've been that with bands like, I know, do it again, do it again. I used to be that way when I would co-produce an album or two with guitar solos, and I'd push the guitar solo. You know, the worst is to do that to a singer because you're not going to get the best out of him. He's gonna by the third or fourth, you're gonna lose your voice. You're trying way too hard, you know. But yeah, that's depends on the producer, you know.
yeah. And you know it's funny too with the song. There was another opening with strings, and I'll probably send you the link of it's dude. It's even more epic. But Springsteen decided it was too much. Like he
Right.
wanted the song to be more gritty. And yeah,
Wow.
it's like a mini opera in a way,
Yeah,
like Tommy.
Tommy. It's a little Tommy.
And it's about life. It's about the poets. It's about surviving in jungle land.
yeah.
No, I just to bring in the temple here. I mean, we know what it is to be um in a jungle land, and the poets like like us, we don't write nothing at all. We just let it all be.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like eh, we get pushed
I know
like
a maximum law man is. You know who that is?
yeah, you get
Chasing
pushed.
chasing the rat and the barefoot girl.
I know.
Him when he goes to a certain department.
I know. He's pushing you to do a better bass solo, or you know what I mean, and it's not going to happen, you know.
Yeah. And again, yeah, it's just a like, at the end of the day, this song it joins the ranks of like a play, right? Like the romantic backstreets, the and this is Bruce Springsteen's vision of New York City.
Yeah. Yeah.
So beautiful. I mean, that's how true art should be. I
Oh,
always
it's amazing. Oh, I love it. Anything else on that? You want to jump to the cover?
yeah, the iconic album covers.
I think we did everything. We did every
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
Tough song. This is a tough album to really analyze,
yeah.
you know. The iconic cover was taken by Eric Miola,
Hmm.
uh, and they went to his personal studio. Bruce kept missing the dates,
Mm.
kept not going, and then when he got there, he brought the big man with him.
Hmm.
So Eric Mayola was like, "Why don't we have both of you on the cover?" And he shot 900 shots in three
Yeah.
hours. And the one they went with is Bruce holding the guitar while leaning on Clemens in a white shirt, um, with his Elvis pin on his guitar strap and his Fender Telecaster. And the iconic album, is rock and roll history now. You know,
Hmm.
any comments on that?
Yeah, dude, it's so iconic, black and white, and it's crazy because it's so sad that for the people streaming it, you're not going to be able to see the full cover.
Yeah,
Because first you have Bruce Springsteen, right? The iconic image of him leaning on something.
yeah,
It up, and then you see Clarence Clemens and like also like the who he's leaning on, the East
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
black and white, which is phenomenal. It is so iconic. I love how it's been parodied. It's been I think there was a Q Sesame Street album cover
Oh,
replica
really?
of Bert and Cookie Monster. Yeah, it's really cute. You should look
That's
it up.
that's funny. They did that.
It's just really cute. Like it's just so iconic, and it's like one of those covers that enters rock and roll history.
Oh
And
yeah, it's up there with like Zeppelin 4.
yep, yep.
Sergeant
Hotel
Pepper.
California, Sergeant Pepper,
Yeah,
Blonde on Blonde, like
yeah.
legendary.
You know,
And also that character. Now we know it's Bruce Springsteen, but that black and white could be one of the characters in the songs. Like it.
it could be. It could be. Could be the rat guy. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
I think every character a little bit is Bruce Springsteen in
Oh
this.
no, without a doubt. Even he said it. Now the songs are not autobiographical 100%, but it's like there's splashes.
of
Like
it.
10th Avenue Freeze Up, E Street Band autobiography, but
Yeah, yeah,
not really, but there's a splash in there.
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, man. Any final notes, words on this classic rock Born to Run album? I know you love it. I love it. Thank you for getting the Springsteen seed in my head because I got like two more I'm writing, The River and Darkness.
It gets more amazing from there.
And I'm even thinking about going backwards to prehistoric, you know.
Dude, we
Maybe before Born to Run. I mean born in the USA, I might go backwards to the
I think that's a great. I'm gonna be. That's gonna be like the basement taste from me to you. You got to do
yeah,
it.
I think we'll do that.
You got to listen to the first two records because they're also special.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen technically doesn't have a bad album. Like he has
No.
like okay albums, but at this point of a long career, it's like Rush. He has you
He
know,
went on into the 90s, right? You know, and
still releasing albums to this day.
yeah, yeah, he never stopped, you know. Amazing. You know, it's phenomenal. American rock and roll icon. One of
Yeah.
the greatest, you
Yep.
know.
Yep. This
And he,
is an amazing record. I recommend it. Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen. Movie is going to come out in October.
yep.
Definitely for our fans out there, listen to the album. If
Dream it. Do whatever you do.
stream
Oh,
it, buy the vinyl. And vinyl is cool because you'll get the experience, a whole
oh
package.
yeah, definitely.
It's I always view it as like a novel. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's art, music. Um, yeah, I love it. It's probably a top five for me. Like I couldn't get rid of it. Maybe
Yeah.
number one, maybe just because of its memories.
Right, right.
I even placed it before Rush, I have to say. I will say, and by the way, that's hard because I love Genesis. Yes.
Right.
Um, but this album it's no surprise that why it was so universally accepted. And
Yeah.
one of my favorite topics to talk about and debate is the concept of the American dream.
Right, right.
I'm still an optimist. I still believe in it. But
Oh
this
yeah.
but this album is beautiful because it's like a meditation on the American dream of what it means, like to escape. It's an escapism thing too.
Yeah.
I always view the art should not replicate reality. That's just my opinion because reality sometimes sucks.
I know. I mean,
America at that time, cars, drive.
Eric, life was better back then than now. You know what I mean? Like for music, for everything. Everybody was relaxed and there wasn't turmoil. It was after the Vietnam War. The mid 70s was just beginning. Rock and roll was still new. Imagine rock is only like not even a decade old, like hard rock or radio rock. It's not.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The Beatles started it. Technically, the Beatles started it like, Sergeant Pepper's could be the real first hard
I
rock.
would argue Sergeant Pepper's when the album Rock took next to the it took the ranks of poetics, literature,
Yeah.
and in movies were also already
Oh
uh
yeah, yeah,
rock and roll enters that you know realm.
yeah.
And it's crazy because in this time AM Gold was at its peak.
It was.
Born in the USA is not, and we love AM Gold, right? We
Oh
love,
yeah.
but this is not AM Gold.
No, this is rock, man. This is pure rock.
This is what makes rock cool. Even from
Exactly.
the cover, it's not like some pedo.
No, no.
Like these people, like Bruce Springsteen is actually cool.
He's cool and he's gonna kick your ass. That kind of thing.
Oh yeah, he's gonna kick your ass at the East Street Band. Like he doesn't play.
Yeah. But definitely, I'm so glad we did this. We talked about it for a long time. More Bruce Springsteen to come.
Yeah,
You know.
ongoing theories. Yeah.
And any last comments again?
Um. No, I think we're good. I just want to end by saying that by quoting a Springsteen lyric. From Born to Run. From shout out to all our temple workers because like
Yeah,
in the day we sweated out on the streets of a runaway American dream. It's like the
exactly.
night we ride through mansions of glory and suicide machines. And that could be anything. That could be your dreams, right? Like
Yeah,
um and like like tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. I've always lived by that philosophy.
Yeah,
Hey, too, we were born to run.
we were, and have fun and live our lives, and live our dreams, not have them crushed.
Yeah, don't let them get crushed. Like I get it, reality, you gotta do what you gotta do, but
Yeah,
it's Bruce Springsteen. If you read his autobiography, for him to get to Born to Run, he never gave up on his dreams.
right.
No matter what, he was gonna play music. And I mean, there's something beautiful about that. That before
Oh
reading the
yeah,
autobiography, this album is just like t teaches you that. Like
amazing.
the song, yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody, we were born to run.
we are, man. Well, great job. I don't know if you wanted to continue our
We'll wrap up this episode. But yeah, if you this has been the Cheech and Manny show. No longer the music show because we're gonna be talking about other topics. But
yeah,
if you like what we do, please give this video a like. Leave a comment if you listen to the album. What's your favorite song?
yeah, yeah.
Give us your takes on the lyrics. If you're a Bruce Springsteen fan, if you don't like Bruce Springsteen, if you don't like this album, leave a comment. Let us know why. Shout out to all our loved ones too that support ourselves and our show. Shout out to Cheech. And
Shout out to Joe Silkman and Mrs. Silkman, who's a huge Bruce Springsteen fan.
oh yes, I'm so excited. I hope Mr. Silkman shows Mrs. Silkman, and we kind of like I am the true. I'll debate anybody on Springsteen because
Right.
I'm like me. This is my dude. Even Beatles. Like I think that those two are like my.
Yeah, I know. I was like, when I was writing this, I'm like, okay, I got to get this right because I know if I get one thing wrong, I know Manny's gonna get me at it.
No, no, I was like it's funny without going too much detail, like the homosexual eroticness of like I was like I don't know about that. I mean, I guess I can see it, but
I,
nah.
I, I read it. I mean, that's not my theory.
No, no,
I
no,
read that in one review by
no,
some.
you're not the only one. But
Yeah,
the problem is Terry is a she, and
yeah,
Terry is an ongoing character in Springsteen's lyrics. So
yeah, yeah.
I know that because just listen to the other songs and reading a lot of books on his famous songs. Terry is one of these characters that makes a
Yeah.
comeback.
Cool.
Yeah. At this point, we're gonna be we were born to run, so we're gonna head out.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank
Till the
you.
next.
And all right, take care. Peace out.
Peace.